Hello everyone and welcome to Ready City Crit. I'm as always your Dungeon Master Harner. I'm joined by my usual rigmarole today. Let's start off with the boy who loves the produce the bees make. Let's see if he can work out who it is.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Let's go for the one who drank too much meat last time. Now
There
they
we
put
go.
himself to bed
I
early.
guess a bit more.
There we go.
Yeah. I was channeling the wrong character at the time. I am Will,
Let Finnegan
playing
go.
Volgear. And today I'm sensibly drinking very little. Work was. I will pass over to the people who met me the next day. Right. Then Mary.
Hello. I'm Ryan. I am playing Cyrus, the Asmar Barbarian, and I will pass it to Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the Ismar Tempest Cleric, and I'll pass it on to Will.
Will's already
Not
had
Will.
We've already gone.
You go again!
it. Introduce yourself again.
again.
Migrant. Pass it to George.
Hello, I'm George. I'm playing Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid. Druid? Druid?
Do it.
And
None of
I
us are
will
having a
pass
good
it to
day.
Anthony before I fuck up more shit.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Beros Darkfoot, a Satyr rogue, and I'll pass it back to our lovely DM.
Thank you so much. If myself or Atlas vanish for any reason, it's probably because our dog is shitting herself. And we have to deal with that situation, which has been ongoing for the past, what day is it?
3 days.
Tuesday? 3 days of this. He has been to a vet and was given the, it's probably fine. So, you know, that was a waste of 60 quid. Anyway.
Just needs to
Please
smell
donate,
that
we
ourselves.
have vet bills.
Anyway, when
Donate
we
for the
last left off, does anyone have a recap?
I don't know. I slept through half of it.
That's fine. Does anyone have a recap so
Lots of
Volgear
snoring.
can get caught up?
Lots of snoring. There you go. There's a recap.
Sure, why not? I'll take it. We got boarded. Some fucking pirates showed up, and they hopped on the ship, and we fought them. Several people nearly died. It was horrible. And then we knocked them off the ship. They tried to flee, and we killed them. That's why we're all standing at the back of the ship, just hurling shit at these shitty pirates that try to take our ship.
Yep. Erevan
not
spent the
out
whole
in the
battle not helping because I forgot to roll initiative for him.
I love that though.
But he
Also,
was
I
scanning for other threats.
I had a moment of panic there because I scrolled across and saw myself not on the ship and was like, fuck, because I forgot that I can fly. Like, did I fall and forget?
So as that battle kind
I'm
of
a
comes
just,
to a close,
There we go.
we find ourselves just as the ship in the distance is slammed by the combination of a guiding bolt and a few magic missiles just like exploding into it from Atlas and Astra combined, as they just like the little needle ship just explodes kind of behind you by about 70 feet. As you're all kind of stood there, catch your breath, look around, you see a lot of the crew from the Starwind are injured. Some of them being patched up by Laraleth more or less immediately now that the immediate danger has left. The ship itself also does not look too hot. It looks pretty fucking hurt, to be fair to say. You see bits of broken wood and various things like that. From where the impact on the rear was in particular. The hull's taken a big hit.
Is there anybody overly injured that Lairleth has not been to yet, or looks like she's gonna be a while until she gets to them?
No one is immediately like at risk of bleeding out, if that's what you mean. If you're looking for anyone who's injured, she's currently dealing with Kaelin, who's injured. He was injured quite badly. He's probably one of the worst. Both the captain and Moonshadow, the first mate, both look bloodied. Thalindra looks injured. and then everyone else seems to be in relative good condition. No one's like, apart from perhaps yourselves. I don't know about yourselves, but in
I
regards
mean,
to the
Barros is looking pretty fucked up.
it might be maybe better turning your attention to your party members over the crew themselves.
Astra's not good.
I'm fine. I didn't get hit once.
Cyrus is probably going to go over to Barros then, and he is going to use his Healing Hands ability.
Eros, Cyrus puts his hands on you and you feel better.
Ooh.
You get 6 hit points.
I always knew that you'd put your hands on me eventually.
Oh, get over yourself. Hey, come and help me fix this ship with Gladris. And Cyrus is going to go downstairs.
I'll follow Cyrus and kind of just help him with whatever task he's doing.
Yeah, the ship is at 108 hit points out of its potential 200. So it is quite badly damaged.
Would you like me to make a Healy ship repair check?
You can if you like. I'm not sure if you made one already today. Before the battle began, you know.
Yeah, I may have made one. If I remember, yeah, I think I made one in the morning.
I think
Isn't
you
that
probably
what got
did.
us into this? An off-board
No.
hazard?
Yeah, it was one of those, but I wasn't
yeah.
sure if he'd done his repair. I think you did the repair for that. I think it was a success. But yeah, it may have to wait till tomorrow. You've expended, especially like, you know, Galadris is also tired himself.
And since I've already done that, yeah, Cyrus is just gonna be like going around checking on everybody then, with Barros' assistance, rather than seeing if anybody
Yeah.
like.
Astra will be casting like heal cure wounds and stuff from people. She's got 3 first level spell slots left, so whoever needs them most she'll give out to. I'll roll it once and then divvy it out. Yeah, it's 9, so whoever needs it most, whether it's a crew member or
We go through yourselves first. I think a Dragon is also quite badly injured. I updated his hit points on your D&D Beyond sheet, Volgear, so that should all be accurate.
I murdered a pirate captain somewhere around here.
Yes, you did.
Can I rifle through his pockets?
Sure.
See if there's anything I can steal from
Investigation
him.
check.
Well, everyone else is just dealing with the injured. I might as well.
Yes, the other person that can cast healing spells is busy.
I
Looking
have
at
a single spell slot left. I'm saving it. What if something happens?
who else was pretty injured? I
Right.
give myself those 9, so who else?
Any recruit all?
The captain and
Paul.
mentor, probably.
You should see, if you can't see their hit point bars, let me know.
Oh yeah, hold on.
They
Look at
should
them
all
up.
be popping up now.
Wait,
The lamp-
Helmsman is very. Helmsman and Medic don't look very nice. Or
Yeah,
Medic
Lyra
doesn't
seems to
look
be
okay.
tending more to Kaelin rather than herself at the minute.
Salandra could probably use the cure wounds.
Okay, she'll probably give Lyrelef a cure wounds just to make sure she doesn't while she's healing, and then
Protect the healer.
Damn, the captain is fucking
Philandra, was it?
sturdy.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
It's captain of a ship.
Look at Moonshadow.
7, 2.
First mate as well.
The 7 to
That'll
Lyra.
be the acting. If the captain died, the first mate would be expected to step up. They're going to be fairly, you know, I'm not going to say they're going to be higher level than you, but you're not
They're
the
higher
fucking
level than
strongest
you.
people in the world. Surprise, surprise. Little babies. It's not level 20 campaign anymore.
I'm not used to being so weak.
So that 7's going to
But
Lireleth.
on the last campaign, we
Yeah.
weren't used to being that strong because it reached the point where I cast Wish in front of a wizard, and she's like, "That's one of the most powerful spells of all time. I can't even cast that." It's like, oh no, Terran is one of the most powerful spellcasters
And
in the
also,
world.
also,
Horrifying.
This was Terran's 3rd time using it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I've just been doing that.
Does it Philandra who needed it next? Actually, no, I can hover over them.
I like to think that it, to her was like that moment in Futurama with like, I need to get off of this planet.
Philandry maxed out by Lireleth. She's got one more slot for probably able to do first bit. And that
Did
is the
Bulgir here
Mm-hmm.
heal Dragon?
I healed myself, but the dragon I'm not too worried about because I'll just summon.
Okay.
yeah, that's the crew cannot heal each other any more than they currently have. That's as it stands. The crew, unless they take a short rest, spend hit dice and things like that, they're done for their healing for the day. The medics expend all of her magical resources. She does things like healing salves and stuff, but nothing is urgent enough to warrant using them. So people probably just be advised to take a rest. And you imagine,
Have a little.
yeah, you imagine people who were forced to resign to the med bay, but no one was reduced to critical enough, apart from probably Kalen. But
Who
with
got
magical
knocked down
healing,
like
he seemed
fucking
bolstered up, and he's
twice.
probably feeling a bit sorry for himself, and definitely feels like he doesn't need to go to the med bay anymore. I need a bit better. But yeah, eventually everyone returns to their posts, continues back to what they were doing. Is there anything you all would like to do?
Okay.
Aster probably just go to the front of the ship and close her eyes. Nice.
Are you sure you want to do that, considering what happened last time?
She's beside somebody this time.
I like
Turn
how Atlas was like mid-sulk and then had to take a break to fight some pirates and is like, okay. Back to my sulk, I guess.
If there's nothing in particular,
I
you
would
wanna do?
like to take a short
I'm-
rest because I don't like not having my wild shape. It just makes me uncomfy.
Yep, that's fine. I mean, everyone can take an hour while the ship is being piloted. If they don't do any work, so if you don't work in your jobs, you can just go rest up in the lower areas or sit in the med bay for a little bit for an hour, get bandaged up, spend hit dice, things like that.
Yeah, Cyrus will probably just go down to Galadris and assist him, not bother resting.
You watch the captain kind of
Resting
goes
is
around and
good for
personally
you.
checks everyone, make sure they're all okay. And then once those checks are done, the captain does reside herself to her captain's quarters for a short rest herself, leaving the first mate in charge. Galadris will see that the engine has taken a bit of damage, like the hull around it, especially from the actual crash itself. So he'll begin clearing the debris and stuff, and like preparing supplies he'll need for tomorrow to start with repairs. And you hear him like mutter to Cyrus, like, you know, like it's a big job, you know, like it's gonna take a couple of ages to get this fixed. It's like we really need to actually land so we can do some proper repairs. If the ship takes any more hits like that, we'll not be flying anywhere. And right now, I think we're be heading over the Sea of Hoda, so we can put her in the water. She's got a hull to do that, but there's no wood or trees around to make easy repairs, you know? We'll have to just keep running off our own supply. Doesn't make things quicker.
Hmm. I don't suppose there's any forested areas between here and Tilm.
There's some, yeah. Cylindra would be better to speak to you about that. Try to work out where it's best to go. I'm sure the captain's probably thinking about that now, but right now, just ocean below us, baby. Unless we start heading back.
Yeah, I think we're past the point of no return at this stage. May as well just push forward.
Yeah, well, one safe thing about being over an ocean is probably less likely to get hit by other things. Less people can set up shop, raiders, things like that, you know. If they've had to fly a few days as well, they'll not be as fresh.
Let's just hope there's no more entanglements with pirates.
Anyway, right. I need to start piecing this together.
Yeah, just tell me what you need moved and I'll move it.
And you notice he's currently got like 4 long, like they're not like the longest planks, but the longest planks that he has in supply, and he's taking some very short planks and basically like joining them together to make one long stretch. It looks to be about the length of the width of the ship, and you imagine it's probably to start repairing that back paneling. Instead of trying to bring up individual boards, he's probably going to hoist the whole thing up in one and do it across. So he is prepping multiple of these for his next few days, so he can like make his work easier. But he gets, anytime he makes like a little bit of progress, like there's a call down from the Kaelin, from the helmsman, or from the first mate, and then engineering has to take over. He has to check on the engines. So it's like busy work in between. Like whenever he would normally just be having a smoke and chatting, now he's like actually,
Yeah, nose to the grindstone.
yeah, he needs to get this shit done. But luckily the ship isn't damaged enough that it's reduced your speed. It's just it's just if it took a lot more damage, it would be a risk of the ship crashing. But yeah, that is that. Anything else anyone like to do?
I think I'll just be helping with general repairs as much as I can, just kind of giving hand.
I'll do the same.
Yep, there's probably some
sure, babe.
basic repairs done, and like by that I mean it's not structural, but it's probably more like safety. So it's things like where the engineer is busy, obviously working on actual stuff and things like that. You probably think that the first mate has stepped up in removing broken boards from the back of the ship and has begun like, you know, combining those together just to make railings and stuff to stop someone falling out or to stop like any supplies getting lost overboard and things like that. Making sure like, you know, everything's battened down in the areas that are now a bit more exposed to the wind and air. But yeah, like structurally the ship is still badly damaged, but it's not it's not like a hazard, you know. That's like the goal, is just, you know, making it less hazardous.
Asher probably going around casting mending with her wings on so she could go around the outside.
Yeah, if
She
you're
can
casting
only really
mending.
do surface stuff. So
Yeah, it's only like a foot square of mending, isn't it, the cantrip?
yeah.
I'll say with the mending, because you go around, if you spend the next day as well helping out whenever the engineer and Cyrus are going around as well, you can add an extra d6 to the roll, I would say. I think that's fair if you're spending the full time doing it. Actually, we'll call it an extra d8 because it's magical repairs, and it'll be for every hour. So if you spend 8 hours of your working day doing it, that's your full day, you get a d8. And then if it's for every hour you don't spend of that 8 hours, it'll be a minus. So if you spend 2 hours, you'll get a minus, like, you know.
-6.
Yeah. So you have to spend at least 4 hours to make it potentially worthwhile.
Yeah, I'd say she probably spent the full day just methodically doing it,
Yep. Perfect.
trying to be helpful.
It would always be to a minimum of 1, like, you know, at the very least. But yeah, so you'd have to spend at least half your day to do it for it to be effective, and then anything over that, there's potential of doing a lot more work in that kind of space of time. Perfect. Anyone else do anything this particular evening? If not, probably Nendir will be cooking. Unless anyone else jumps in. She cooks for everyone then. Let's see how it feels. It's pretty good. Pretty tasty. She makes like a nice kind of like fish pie with like the seafood that's just probably if left any longer definitely would no longer be suitable from your dealings the everyday. Everyone makes your beds down and rests up and is glad for the rest after such an eventful previous day. So everyone gets benefits of a long rest. If you haven't already, you may do so.
Tells lots.
Elf.
Fridge?
Radiant Soul.
The following day, if anyone would like to, they can make. I need obviously a navigator skills check, please, navigator. And who would like to do our hazard checks?
I can do one. I'll do onboard.
2 off board then.
No hazards.
Let's see.
As
I was
pirates.
just waiting for it to be like, more pirates.
Yeah, I was like, I call not it.
Is Astra assisting with the repairs?
Yeah, she'll be going around blasting mending.
Full day.
So,
And
it.
yeah, full day.
Well, first of all, is the 16 enough for
I
repairs?
think the DC's 15, so it should be, yeah. So then he gets his D6 plus 5 from the crew's score.
So 9 plus 8,
Lovely.
17.
Yeah, a good bit of work gets done today, and you do get the ship nicely repaired. A lot of that big back chunk that was damaged, you kind of begin patching up. Yeah, that's a good chunk of the damage done. You know, a few more days like that, and the ship will be back up to ship in no time. Nothing really happens on board with the crew. They can't really keep to themselves. A lot of them seem, after the previous day's events, a lot of them are quite alert. But yeah, is there anything you all would like to do while you are aboard? Anyone like to talk to or seek out or?
I think Cyrus is pretty much preoccupied with
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
repairs. Just
I mean, it may just
wherever-
be the next couple of days. You guys keep moving on, fixing up the ship and just moving as quick as you can to get to your destination. Maybe there's kind of like a mortal awakening of the risk and reminder of these skies are not necessarily safe.
We were having such a nice time.
reality check.
Grand. Okay, then that manga says another day comes to a close as you continue venturing forward. Can I get another navigator tool check, please, and an onboard and an offboard check, please? Navigator is making great time.
I say thank you like it's anything but random luck.
I can do offboard this time.
Go for it. Anyone do onboard? Mary's scared because she nearly killed people last time. It's okay, Mary. Onboard doesn't mean random encounters. It just means like other things.
Believe
Go
in
on, Mary. Roll so
Believe
we
in
can
them.
all shout at you if you do something bad.
Believe in the me that believes in the
Hey,
me
you're
that
fine.
believes in
Nothing
the face.
happens. Another day, this one goes off, and you're making very good time with the navigation from your navigator. And you're now actually clear of the Sea of Hoda. You've actually come back over a small, thin stretch of land that kind of connects Punsa Heath to the main kind of like area, large continent of a Haford, which Tilm is due to be flying over shortly. You're making very good time on your original 25 days. You've gained 9.5 days at the 11-day marks. You've nearly gone at twice the speed you'd be expecting to go. You've been very, very good time.
I'm such a good fucking
And you've only
navigator.
lost one day.
no.
Unfortunately, despite the good time being made, the actual ship itself is still it's a lot.
Absolutely
It's a
fucked.
big job. Today is probably another day of prep, Cyrus. Where yesterday it was a lot of like putting up all the pre-made struts and things that were made the previous day. Today is again, it's making the struts again to get them ready to go on. And what was fun was, it's like, oh, we might get time to put these up today, and they finally got in position. It's like, fuck, we've measured them wrong. They're too short. And it's like, and they have to be all taken back and then like
Measure
done
twice,
again.
cut once.
So they have to be extended out further, which is going to take more time. But yeah, another day goes off without a hitch. Would anyone like to do anything on that day, or are we happy to keep skipping through
I
here?
want to make dinner.
Yeah, you can make dinner, of course, certainly. If anyone wants to do anything, like even minor things, like, I would speak to an NPC or like doing that, just jump in. Otherwise, we can just keep the ball rolling and just keep you moving, because like, I understand this can get repetitive. But again, that's what happens when you're on board ship.
While he's waiting in like the dining hall, who would be like sitting waiting? Who'd be in the dining hall while dinner's being prepped?
waiting for dinner. Probably Kalen and Erevan would be there. Once Kalen's shift kind of ends, Erevan tends to come below deck as well because it starts getting too dark for him to be effective to even be on board. And Moonshadow normally takes the wheel for a couple of hours just while dinner's being prepared and finished. And then the ship is kind of brought to a hover, effectively. And then that's whenever everyone kind of stops, has a little meal, things like that. Normally people like Nendir doesn't really stick around for dinner because she normally has like a working dinner. She'll go back to the lookout post to make sure everyone's safe. And then once it is consumed, Moonshadow do a couple more hours sailing and then they'll call it for the night. But you don't sail through the night. You tend to be stopped for the evening. But normally there's watches taken by the crew instead. So instead of someone dedicated like sailing all night, they're just like sitting up watching for a couple of hours and they swap out.
Okay. Cyrus will actually probably then look for Barros.
Yeah.
Wherever he is on the ship.
Well, after that lay on hands.
Healing
You know what's
hands. No laying of anything. No laying being done.
Those gentle hands.
Barris is probably on deck, probably by the starboard wing, just kind of looking out, enjoying, taking in the quiet.
Cyrus will probably come up from the engineer room whenever Galadriel basically says, well, this is us for the day. Get ready for food or whatever. And go to Barros and be like, do you find things are getting a bit steel? I've noticed that Atlas and Astra, I don't know if they're avoiding each other, but doesn't seem to be a lot of communication going on there.
These things take time sometimes, and well, I've not spent a lot of time with Asamas, or bird folk, but where I come from, sometimes it's a little better to not talk than talk. But I understand where you're coming from. It seems a little bit repetitive, just getting on. I think maybe we need to bring the crew together to celebrate again. Maybe get them talking. It's either that or we lock them in the med bay for.
I was just about to suggest that locking
and make them talk.
Probably wouldn't be a good solution.
I mean, putting something on for the crew where an open invitation, maybe something a little bit more open-ended and people can come and go. Maybe we can... I can play some music.
Well, I know Atlas has been brewing some ales and a few different things. I wonder how they're progressing. Maybe that could be a good way of getting everybody together. Hey, let's try this drink. I don't know.
Yeah. I think this crew is enjoys their ale enough to be brought together by any occasion involving alcohol. Specifically us. But I'll put some feelers out and see if people would be willing to join. Maybe just this evening to have a little bit of music and some ale and.
It's just after the combat, everybody seems to have gone very quiet, like into shutdown, work hard mode. Usually, a victory is celebrated with revels and drinks. You know, it's weird that it's so gloomy.
I think not to be a little fickle, but me and you were used to a certain kind of combat. You know, victory is something to be celebrated, but you know, I don't think these people see combat that often, and some of them barely escaped with their lives. Maybe they're just taking a little bit more of a somber approach. But I will see if we can drum up a little bit of the atmosphere, get people talking again. This is the problem with ships, you know. Everybody wants to be back on land eventually.
We can't be that far now.
Things can go wrong. And I think people are they're just waiting the rest of the journey out. Especially considering we're so close.
Things can always go wrong. There's no point in wallowing, because, you know, how do you want your last few days to be? Do you want them to be gloomy and, oh god, we nearly died, or do you want them to be, hell yeah, we kicked ass, we defended our ship, and we're full steam ahead, you know? Mission success. Just suppose different ways people have different outlooks of things.
Very true. I'll go speak to the captain, see if I can drum up the crew, see if we can whip out some of the good ale, see if they can drum up some music and some snacks, see what we can do.
Yeah. I figured you'd be better speaking to them than me. I'm not exactly the most personable person.
I think that's a word. But yes, I'll go and speak to a few people and see if I can arrange something a little bit more lively. It has been quiet these past few days.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I suppose with that, I will go and find the captain.
Perfect. Yeah.
Just before that, I rolled to see if I robbed any cool loot off the guy I killed. You never told me if I found anything.
Oh yeah, true. You found.
If I found nothing, I'm okay with it. I didn't want you to forget.
No, you find their credit chit on their hollow strap. They had 700 chits, which you're able to hack in and transfer out with your roll of an 18 or 16, whatever it was.
Sorry, how many?
700.
Because I add everything on my sheet in copper, because copper chits, whenever I try to spend gold, it's like, you don't have any gold. It's like...
1,000 chits.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, so you can see that the captain, after a brief scan around, you believe that they're probably in their quarters.
I'll knock on.
Knock, knock. And you hear muttered voices from inside. You hear what sounds like Cylindra in there. And then you hear the more masculine voice of the captain kind of take form. They've been in more of a kind of like autumn form the last couple of days, that very amber kind of hue to them all. And you hear one moment, and the door opens, and you see Cylindra is currently modeling what the captain would you generally associate with the captain's like summer female attire, like a very airy like tank top and things like that, and a few other bits of items she has like a slung over her arm, and she goes like, yeah, these will all work. Thanks. He goes like, no worries. I was growing out of them anyway. Beros, what can I do for you?
Cyrus and I were just speaking, and we thought it would be quite nice for the first to host a little soiree for the crew. Bring spirits up a little bit. We've noticed it's been a little bit more somber after, you know, where me and Cyrus are from. It's normally quite common to celebrate a victory, not. And I don't feel the crew has necessarily felt that. It may be a cultural difference, but we think it would be nice to bring the spirits of everyone up.
Not quite sure where you're from yourself, but sometimes here, on board a ship like this, a victory, that's survival. You know, it's a reminder that what we do is dangerous, and it's a reminder that not all of us may make it. So some people do remember people who didn't make it in the past. Before we picked you up, we had another couple who we'd lost on our way to Unareth in a similar raid. We were fortunate enough that we all didn't perish. I think it was just a bit of a stark reminder. Everyone processes things differently. But no, I think it's been a couple of days since. It's probably been nice to have a little pick everyone's spirits up. Hopefully it'll be not too fresh to feel ignorant of those who we've lost in previous situations. Is probably more the way I would phrase it. Think of it, it's like winning a battle, not winning a war. But in our journey, the war is when you retire, it ends. There is no ultimate win, and winning a battle does not put you any closer to winning the war. It just means that you survive another day. So maybe you don't celebrate it the same. By all means, you celebrate, you survived, happy days, great. But maybe there's not that step. Maybe it makes more sense to celebrate we got through a day, even a peaceful one. That's a step towards victory in that regard.
Well, I won't put a label on it then. I will just say we are simply celebrating.
Indeed, definitely. A bit of a party wouldn't go amiss. Thalindra just raided my wardrobe for anything that I no longer fits me. I've gotten a bit bigger recently. So she was like a little vulture for my old attire. But I'll probably end up taking it back whenever I slim down a bit more.
Well, I do believe we are probably coming up on some form of lush holiday. I mean, we have a holiday every couple of weeks anyway, so I'm sure I could find a reason for us to celebrate, and people can celebrate it in their own right and make their own connections too.
Indeed. What holiday of Lush is the one coming up most recently? Perhaps you could remind me.
I do not have a calendar.
What month is it?
Right
Phone a
now,
friend,
it
and in
is
this
the
case,
month
phone the teacher.
in the universal expansial calendar. Would be referred to as the month of Merits, and it would be the 7th, which falls on the day of the week of Colliers.
What
Human?
season is it?
Right now, you are in what would be considered like summertime. Like it would be well, not quite summer. Probably more Merits kind of falls in that spring time. In a couple of probably the end of Merits, you'd be looking at summer kind of beginning.
7th of
May.
Merit.
There's 10 months in the year, and each month is about 30 days long, made up of 3 weeks.
What year is it?
A week is 10 days. What year is it?
Questions are being thrown back at Harry now.
I do have it, but I just want to make sure I'm correct.
The question is, does Harry have a pre-existing holiday that's near it, or are we inventing one?
I mean, I can invent one of you.
Invent
Yeah,
a
that
holiday.
It is.
But you can't call it Beros Day.
It is the year 3074.
I suppose
Mainly
with that, I'll
because
just.
on all my
oh,
second notes I've been putting the date.
I will turn to the captain and be like, around about this time we normally celebrate the Festa Ferries. Being obviously so connected to the Feywild, we have an holiday for every creature. So it's just a tradition to drink and sing and be merry and eat lots and lots of nuts and berries.
Fairy Day.
Fair enough. I can't say I've celebrated it much myself, but it does sound quite pleasant.
Does it get shortened to Fey Day?
Although, because surely there's lots of Fey days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all Fey Day. It's a Fey Day, like a bank holiday.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And
I'll
with
see.
that,
I'll
I
see you on
will-
Monday. No, you won't. It's a Fey Day on Monday.
I suppose with that, I will go around and invite everyone to the Festive Fairies.
Perfect, yeah. You go around and everyone's excited about it. So let's say for argument's sake, it's probably tomorrow will be referred to as the Festive Fairies. It's the 8th of Merits.
Are we gonna decorate the ship in like fairy lights, i.e. candles?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Cover that
ask
wooden
Lyreleth
ship
in
in
advance,
candles.
she'll talk about how she can prepare like things like a longer version of Fairy Fire, especially with Galadriel, who also has access to the spell, and they're able to like give the ship a beautiful like purple and like blue glow of like little like beads of like glittery glowing lights kind of speckled all over on the following day. But the celebration probably takes more place in the evening time when those lights can all come fully to fruition. So you still got a nice full day to plan everything, get everything kind of ready to rumble. And yeah, everyone's interested and involved, and just make me a general let's call it persuasion check, Beros, to see what kind of prompts, or what kind of response you get. Everyone's keen to join the festivities, but this is your initial hype,
17.
Yeah, people are definitely excited. Even Erevan seems a little bit interested in the concept, despite his glum, bleak nature.
What does he have to complain about? He wasn't even in the combat.
He didn't have anything to shoot. That's why he's glum.
Yeah, they're all
He
behind him.
didn't decapitate anyone.
His big talk about loving a fight, and then the fight we get in, he doesn't even bother.
He likes to collect faces.
He does like to collect faces.
He didn't get to take any.
Maybe he didn't get any.
He didn't get any faces.
I mean, there
He's-
were some
he's-
corpses on deck. He could have grabbed one.
Yeah, but it's
Nah,
not as
he
fun unless he
didn't
kills
earn them. He didn't
Yeah.
earn them.
You have to kill someone to get their face. You can't just take anyone's face.
That's the rules. You can't claim a face unless you killed the person that owned the face.
In Divinity 2, there's a face ripper, and I just took anyone's face, and then I just, leave them around places. It's, in people's houses.
Honey, would you
In
get that
fact-
beer from the fridge? Sure.
I thought I met this person 2 towns over. Why is their face on that door?
My favorite thing about it is that you use them to create, masks of shape-shifting that you can, wear if you're an undead, so people don't realize you're undead. Which suggests that a mask of shape-shifting is just someone's face, stapled to your skull.
Joker.
Close enough. Handsome Jack with his, mask face.
Okay. Another day will end, unless anything immediately pressing you would like to do. The cooking from Atlas is well received. The crew enjoy their meal. What do you cook for them?
Are there any kind of leaves I can use to stuff things in?
You're thinking like banana leaf,
I'm thinking more like domades, but I'll settle for cabbage.
yeah, there would be leafy, heavy leafy greens. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stuff them with some assorted meat and rice.
Cool. Yeah, easily done. Yeah, very well received from everyone. Everyone enjoys a finger food. Nendir is particularly thankful. She enjoys having food that she doesn't need to bring cutlery for. So she can just have it up in her little crow's nest. And yeah, the day goes off without another hitch, and then the
I
following
feel
day,
like when it's set on the plate, Cyrus is like, "What? Where's the meat?" He picks up one of the meat parts. And he's like, "It's just green. There's no meat. What the?"
There's meat
What the
inside.
fuck?
You eat the leaf. Just bite into the leaf. There you go.
I know.
2 ballots. All done.
but yeah,
You'd love the other way we stuff things. My father's specialty is stuffed mice. Only
Oh.
with pig brawn, but you can use other things.
Kaelin's there, like, eating, like, his tomatoes goes like, we talk about stuffing things where? I heard someone who did it to a hamster once.
I feel like Astra's like shoving Pip like into the armor.
Cover
just,
your ears, precious child.
Okay. Another day. A navigator's tools check, please, and someone to roll hazards.
I'll roll off board. Why not?
Half day.
Do the other one.
Yeah, on
I'll do
board
it.
from Volgear. Go for it.
Are you on board or off board?
Off board. So you're doing on board.
Oh, yay.
Okay,
Just
another
so
day.
I know what I could be getting us into. You're the one that's going to have to deal with it if it's on board.
True. Let's see if we
We're
get
right.
these beams correct. Yay!
You do indeed.
Those some good fucking beams.
Is Astra helping again, or is she? 'Cause I don't think
Yeah, she'll be helping.
Oh, yep. So then you get another D8. So it's gonna be +5. So it's gonna be 17.
17 again.
Good. Ship's looking in a lot better shape now. And yeah, as the sun begins to set, the ship is kind of pulled in. You find yourself kind of like near near like a big body of water, like a lake. You actually are back over the mainland now. The captain brings the ship in low to moor this evening. Still high enough that like you're not at risk of any animals or beasts or any even like people without flying to people to be any threat to you. Way out of range with these long bows or things like that, but close enough you can clearly see and appreciate the water. Galadrius probably takes his little kind of like small, like you notice that like, he from a storage unit pulls out like a little, the biggest way to describe it, it's I say little, it's fairly large. It's probably about 6-7 foot long, about 3 foot wide, like roughly the shape of like a surfboard. And Lireleth joins him, and they kind of hop aboard, and you notice it has these like little attached thrusters to it in like multiple different directions, and he engages it and it sparks to life, and it seems to, he like connects up to his hollow strap with a couple of wires, and he seems to control it with like almost like a non-existent joystick, and yeah, he has this little personal skiff which can take one other person. He soars her down to the lakeside, and they a few casting a fairy fire across the lake. They illuminate this beautiful glow, in the whole lake glow with this beautiful color, giving this beautiful like colorful diffused glow, like ethereal glow that washes over the ship itself. And yeah, eventually they fly back aboard, and he then puts it back away and locks it up safe. Doesn't seem to use, this is the first time we'd have seen him take it out properly before. And it doesn't move like quick. It's like, it's almost like, probably supposed purpose is like a floating scaffolding. So it's like, I'm repairing the side of the ship, and I like float down like
It's
a
like a
batching.
tugboat.
Yeah, it's similar. It's more like, the things that window cleaners on big buildings use, like the big, it's kind of like that. Like, it's not the smoothest thing, but it can do like longer distances and stuff like that. But it's more flexible, it's not restrained by cables or things like that.
Can I do some kind of check to see if I think my I suppose I could just taste it. That's still a check, right? To see if my ale is okay to stop brewing 3 days before I was planning.
Okay, cool. So you're trying to do it 3 days early. That's fine. Make me a brewer's tools check. So the DC to successfully complete your brew, I'm going to say normally be a 15. But because you're doing it 3 days early, it's going to be increased by 3. So it's been 18 checks required.
I don't know how to
Your brew supplies check. Let's just roll me we'll call it a wisdom check. And you're proficient in it, so any wisdom skill you're proficient in, you can roll, and that would do. You're pretty 18 or higher.
Can I give myself guidance?
No, because this is the result of your overall processes, like where you put the kegs, everything like that.
Worth a try.
It's not like it's like a single check.
25.
Yeah, more than enough. Yeah, this ale, you like open the keg, like you burp it a little bit, give it a sniff if you like lift your mask off and get a little inhale. Insert like a small spoon in there and lift some out, give it a taste. It's not as effervescent as you would have like. It could get more effervescent the longer you leave it in the barrel, and it's probably a bit paler. But the alcohol content is good. It's at a comfortable level to drink. It's a very pleasant, light flavor to it. It's not as full-bodied and heavy as like a traditional ale because you are finishing it up a bit early, but it still has those like good flavored notes all the way through it. And yeah, you know, with your kind of like more acute affinity to this kind of thing, you can definitely pick up on more of those little like tasting notes of, you know, things like caramel in there, that like very nice kind of like almost like not quite like bitter sweetness of like cacao nibs through it, things like that. Yeah, very, 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 very nice tasting ale. Very, very nice tasting.
I want to transfer it into bottles, and then I want to get some wax and seal the bottles, and then stamp my signet ring into the top of them.
Yep. So you get some. Do you have any bottles in your brewer suppliers at all? I probably do, but
I
just
think so, but I don't know.
Just open the med bay door. I need bottles.
I was about to say, as someone who brewed, tell you what's the most annoying thing to find.
I'll help.
Everything else is so easy.
brewer supplies include a large glass jug, hops, a siphon, and several fitted tubing.
And I need to get bottles from somewhere. But I imagine there'll probably be bottles somewhere on the ship unless we're just chucking bottles overboard.
Medical area.
Yeah, there are definitely empty bottles. Empty bottles are probably used to contain wine and other alcohol, or even like other just liquids and things like that.
Gotta sterilize that shit first.
Yeah, you gotta clean them out thoroughly, and you also run slightly into the issue of lacking a like fresh corks, so you probably have to reuse corks. But you turn them upside down. I would say, Atlas, you're pretty fucking weak. So if you want to make me a strength check to see how well a job you do of putting these corks in, or you're gonna go ask someone for help. I would say you normally be used to having, you know, a big strong someone helping you cork up your bottles, especially bottles of like this corks that have already been, you know, fully swelled out. You normally would treat the corks in advance. You would like put them in air so it would compound them for you.
Seek out Cyrus.
Yeah, you go find Cyrus.
I need your help
Professional
with something.
bottle buzzer. Okay.
You're strong, come on.
All right.
Walk you back to the kitchen. Line of bottles, line of corks.
Probably like a little wooden mallet as well, to like hammer them in with.
I thought you needed like something lifted or moved.
I do. I need corks lifted into bottles. Trust me, it's harder than it looks.
All right.
Smash this bottle, smash this bottle, smash this bottle.
That's the key. You gotta be gentle enough that you don't break anything, but rough enough that you get the cork securely in. Normally my brother does it, but he's not here, and I am weak, so you're strong.
I'm sure I can put corks into bottles. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm more worried about the bottle. I'll be honest.
So Cyrus, this is going to be a sleight of hand check made of your strength modifier instead of dex.
Okay.
So because it is a finesse, it's all about
You
your
need to be
control,
finesse,
but
but
you need
strong
the strength
about
behind
it.
the blows.
I'm about to say, should find someone with depth and strength.
Okay.
Well, if it was dex, I could have done it.
But it's not. It's the strength
It's
modifier.
a strength thief here.
Ooh.
Oh,
Cyrus eyes up the first bottle, takes the wooden mallet in hand, like holds it in place,
It's a 4. It doesn't matter, but it's a 4.
lifts it up. And as he goes to swing, you see he starts swinging very hard. I'm imagining you're
Can
very
I
helping
stop him?
I imagine you're helping him, so
I'm
you can roll it
imagining
again.
I'm trying to at least guide him
Yeah.
somewhat.
So you would have got advantage because
Or at the very least, as you go to swing in, she's like, ah!
yeah. So Atlas probably would have been helping you, so you can have advantage. So it's 18
I
is
imagine the
much
first one's
better.
like, okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Cyrus comes in with the strength behind his first blow.
You go in like
that,
this,
like-
and she just grabs your arm and moves it till it's like 2
Yeah.
inches above the bottle. It's like
Yeah,
like-
he comes in the full over the shoulder, like the
Warhammer.
yeah, Warhammer. I'm gonna crush this guy's head, or at the fairground, the strongest man, like ding, like kind of almost like he's about to fucking smash the bottle in smithereens. And yeah, you're able to guide him down and just force him to do a much more controlled tap. And you realize, Cyrus, it's not a matter of getting it clean in one. It's a matter of repeatedly getting it the same amount of tension, the same amount of force, and getting that rhythm. And it's like bam, 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 and the cork just goes slowly and slowly in and in and in. And you get the first, as it was 17, you begin bottling them up, and it goes pretty smoothly. You know, it's not clean. You know, if you get natural 20s, that's when you're looking at a fucking whack-a-mole, like bing, bing.
Bing,
But you know,
bing,
you're not breaking the bottles, you're not damaging it. One cork does get like a little like broken because like the way it was opened previously, it like was weak. So one of the bottles is like only half corked out of the whole batch.
Drink that one first.
That can be mine.
How many do I get?
What were you doing them in? Do you remember? Because you would have had to have.
Bought.
You bought some things. So what vessels were you doing them out of?
Did you not
Were
check
you
the ship for
a
like
real
empty,
recipe?
empty kegs?
It was either kegs or barrels.
I don't know if Atlas would be
If you've done-
barrels.
If you're brewing, you probably would have gone on a 5-gallon kind of jug with an. If it had.
Yeah, it wasn't like a big-
Well, it was jugs, wasn't it? Because your brewer supplies have
Yeah.
jugs in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be about 5 gallon, 5 litre. Sorry,
A
1 gallon.
jug can hold a gallon. So this is one
So-
good gallon of very high quality.
Which I can tell you makes four and a bit bottles.
So the bit bottle is probably the one with the dodgy cork.
By the time you've sipped out all the shit at the bottom.
8 bottles of wine in a gallon. Are these wine bottles?
Yeah, but you lose some to fermenting and whatnot.
Okay.
And you also lose some because of all the silt at the bottom, the jugs and what.
We'll call it around 5,
There you go.
because you got quite a high roll on your check. So you did it was a very clean.
Also, I
fermentation.
haven't been brewing it for that long, so I wouldn't have lost much
Also,
to things
you're
like
on
that.
board like a ship. You probably do things like bottle the tops and tails, like just anyway, like it's a bit more of a meal, like it's a bit more something you'd have to chew.
Little scummy, but
But, you're sure someone would drink it if they were desperate. Eros probably, he's a goat.
But yeah, then Atlas will get some wax and press her signet ring into the top of each one to mark them.
It's probably not like a nice
No, it's like candle
yeah,
wax.
it's like white creamy candle wax kind of like that's been done. So it's not like a nice red, and the bottles you're using are all different colors. It's a bit of a mishmash. But yeah, no, that you
She'll
bottle it
hold up a bottle, kind of turn a little bit and go, oh, there we go. The first Moreau Ale.
So your family aren't brewers?
My family make wine,
Ah.
which
So you're-
this is a mead that I've got going, and this one is a wine technically, but I did it with dry raisins, so not sure how well it's gonna go. But both
So
of those
are
will
you
take
just-
a couple months. The ale was the fastest.
Are you just branching out or just trying new things?
Just figured I'd experiment with what I had.
Is that your
Sometimes we
family
brew other
crest?
things, and recently we've been refining some of the wines down into liquors because it's easier to do in a smaller space, and we don't have a lot of space anymore, but just fun to experiment, I suppose. Something to do. Gonna have to learn all this stuff eventually.
Going into the family business.
Yeah, not much else to do. Everybody works for the business.
We can.
My father can grow anything that lives. My mother does all of our finances and books and has a mind like a steel trap for it. My oldest brother does all of our people stuff. And he's also our best taster. Got a palate like you wouldn't believe.
So what's your specialty?
I don't have one. I just keep records.
Never too late to learn.
But, this tea's decent, so maybe brewery is the future. You know,
After you save the planet.
well, if the whole saving the planet thing doesn't work out, maybe I'll just, start importing grain.
Nice to have options.
My father would skin me if I went into beer.
Why? What's wrong with beer?
Nothing, but, you know, when your family's been making wine for the past 1,000 years, you get quite
You look
attached to
down.
it.
You look down on beer.
You don't look down on beer, you just
Sounds like you look down on beer.
you look down on beer.
Cyrus is probably going to leave the carrying not to himself because he is not light-handed. Unless there's a box that we can put them in.
Yeah, there's like a little like rack or tray. You probably like get them all sorted in. Like there's only like 5
Can I
bottles.
like
not...
burn the edge of a bit of wood and rub some charcoal over the top of like the white wax so the seal shows up better?
Yeah.
Gotta make that thing nice and clear. Brand.
But it's just gonna be opened.
And you see the seal with like, it's like a skull surrounded by like stars and grapes.
A bit dark, isn't it? You know, for wine.
What?
The seal. It's, you know, skull and
Oh no,
Stars.
it's my family. It'll represent something. So the stars is celestial, from our gift from Sahanine. The grapes represent the wine, the goblet represents the winemaker, and the skull represents the family.
not to be rude, but wouldn't like a bird be a nicer way to represent the family than, you know, skull? Is it an oil and skull on the thing? Or
No,
is
it's
it
like a
skull?
human skull. A humanoid skull.
Yeah.
Make me a medicine check.
What?
Medicine check to recognize what kind of skull it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 8.
Doesn't have a beak. Could be a
Um,
tiefling skull, maybe, but doesn't have horns. Like an Asimar skull? Maybe like a elf skull? They've got similar shaped heads.
So it's a skull to represent your family,
Yeah.
but it's not a you people skull. It's a different kind of skull.
It's, if you ever meet any of my family, you'll get it.
I've met you.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
You don't have it.
I don't have it. The rest of my family have it. I'm different. But, my brother's probably gonna catch up to me eventually, and then you'll get it. It's a kind of an inside joke.
Okay. Cyrus just gonna start picking up bottles. I don't know how to take that conversation further, so she doesn't have it, but she's a bird. but they have it. But they're also birds. I don't understand.
This is when we find out Atlas doesn't have a skull. She's just jelly. She's got no bones. I like to think that that's where Cyrus's mind goes. Like, does Atlas not have bones?
I was like, she said her egg cracked.
Did she maybe not grow bones? But how is she moving? Maybe the suit gave her bones. How would that work? But yeah, pack up my beer.
Perfect, yeah.
Leave Cyrus wondering whether or not I have bones.
Or whether or not you should have a beak because the skull doesn't match your face.
I mean, I have a
she-
beak. You've seen my face.
Does she have people teeth under her beak?
Like behind it, like where it meets her mouth, maybe.
So it's like beak and then it opens and there's just
That is
Cyrus is so,
horrifying.
Cyrus is so confused.
That's so gross. I hate it.
It's kind of like the beak is held on like with like string. Like it's
Like, removes it and there's just a human mouth underneath.
But she has wings, so she's clearly a bird. I don't know what life is anymore. So
You
yeah,
see-
Cyrus is having.
You guys see Atlas enter carrying bottles of beer and Cyrus enter looking really distressed.
A little distressed, very concerned.
And yep, you roll on the top deck probably. I mean, where's Beros set up this party? You know, where this was Beros'
Yeah,
shindig?
probably top deck. Barris is probably bouncing between people, playing his flute. I'll roll a performance check with a 22.
Some good fluting
Some
right there.
good flouting, yeah.
Good flouting.
Yeah, probably just bouncing between people and then kind of every so often just telling tales of fairies.
Perfect. Yeah.
Atlas will approach and hand you a bottle of beer.
Oh, it is nice
For
to see
sharing.
you.
I only have 5 of them.
Then I will take but a glass. And what is this snack on top? It smells of chocolate. You bite it? You eat it?
No, do not. That's wax. Don't eat the wax. It's just so I can put
Oh.
the seal in.
Oh,
mean,
okay.
You can eat the wax. It's not gonna hurt you, but I
might
don't know
give it
how
a
long
try.
those candles have been sat there. So.
I mean, it smells quite nice. It smells of chocolate, so I think
You're
I
a
could trick
goat.
my
I
body.
figure you could probably eat anything. You could probably eat that bottle.
Yeah, but my stomach is human, you know.
As is your mouth. Like, just as a note. You know, the goat
Not your
mouth.
butt.
I mean, or does Beros canonically have a goat mouth and
Just
on a human face?
Maybe he just has goat teeth.
He's got a human nose but a goat mouth.
Maybe he just has goat teeth and tongue.
Ugh.
Oh no. That's
Oh.
no.
Or else his tongue comes like all the way out to here if he wants. Oh.
why I'm so popular with the ladies.
Oh.
No, he is.
I think that caused
human
very
top-
psychic
human top-
damage.
human top, goat bottom. And I will pour myself a glass and consider eating the wax, but probably will not.
Yeah, you have to
The
like
wax.
you have to break the wax off to get at the cork to pop the cork out, and yeah, you pour yourself a nice glass. It booms quite nicely, and although it's got a good head on it, it doesn't have much effervescence in the liquid itself. It seems to have bubbled off quite rapidly just due to the style of fermentation. It was just done in a keg. It wasn't done like an airtight. It was just done in a jug, so it wasn't in a very airtight container. But yeah, it still gets a nice froth to it. It's not crystal clear. It's probably quite murky. If you held it at a light, you probably wouldn't be able to see through it. It's translucent in like general appearance, but like a good, nice light.
But if you hold it
amber.
to the light, Atlas is just there like, don't do that. I didn't have any filters. Put it down.
And yeah, if you take a drink, it's very, very delicious. And there's enough for everyone to have a good, generous kind of like 2/3 of a pint, like schooners all around. You know, like there's not many pint mugs or pint glasses on the ship anyway. Most of the glasses are a bit smaller. They're a bit more
Everyone
like,
just gets some.
yeah.
Y'all get some.
Oh.
But yeah, and you all enjoy a nice drink, the tales of fairies and things like that. And yeah, the crew are all out socializing, mingling. Endir and Thalinder are chatting in a corner, kind of up near the front of the deck near the ballista. Erevan is standing awkwardly, like near the crow's nest on his own. Kaelin, the captain, and Moonshadow are up by the wheel, all talking. And Lireleth is she's just come out of the top deck. She's probably the last person to come up from below decks, with probably just on the tails of Galadris, who probably had come remind her that like there was something going on. And everyone's kind of mingling and chatting. Looks like Galadris is heading over towards Erevan, but Lireleth is still looking for like a group to magnetize to, or whoever she wants to speak to first.
If
Atlas will take a couple of sips of her own ale from her glass and then go chuck the rest off the ship.
Okay.
Like just out of her glass, not the full
Sure.
glass.
You feel it out. It catches the blue and purple glow of the lake below, and the whole ship is glittering that lovely color from Lireleth and Galadris' spells.
You see her do a little prayer.
if Barros is still playing music, Cyrus will clock Lirelith and ask her if she wants to dance.
Make me a persuasion check.
Dance with Lirelith wouldn't dance with me.
You're chucking drink off the side of a boat, just like you did to my pie.
More flashbacks.
Ah, Cyrus, you're a boob.
Ooh.
She
He
like
tanks.
she
He
like comes out and
tanks.
she's like, "Oh no, I need to have a drink before I dance. I'm sorry, I'm so bad. No, not gonna happen. Maybe later. And she sidesteps Cyrus
Oh, she
and
soft-noed you.
she locks onto the captain and Moonshadow and joins them for the rest of the evening.
Just
Every time
dance.
Cyrus walks past, she like slightly alters herself, so she's like really in the conversation.
Cyrus will dance by himself and have a drink.
Make me a performance check, Cyrus. Let's see how good this dance is.
Please
Ah, fuck.
fail. Please fail.
Why are all these
in my head.
-1? They're all -1.
It's awful. Cyrus,
It's literally janky. It's like out of tune with the flute, but there's lights
He's
and
trying.
Nah,
he's just trying to have a
it's
good
not even
time.
that. It's your dad at a wedding.
Oh, not my dad at a wedding.
It's worse
no.
than that. It's your dad at a wedding. Like, and like you see Lireleth like giggles, and then like Cyrus probably doesn't hear it, but probably I think Atlas of her bastard probably hears her mutter to Moon, to the first mate, just like a little small laugh, and then she goes like, "I'm so glad I didn't get up because he dances worse than I do. He probably would have made me look good, but I mean, wow, I don't want to be associated with that."
Atlas will just sidle up to Astra and like lean over and be like, maybe we should just put him out of his misery now.
Or we could dance with him.
I
Like,
don't think I'm a pretty bad dancer, and I don't think I can dance bad enough to make that look good.
make it blend in a little.
Alright.
I don't. It's worth a shot. Then at least he's not an idiot by himself. We're all idiots together.
Alright, let's do it.
I like how it's like everyone's had a bit of a drink. Not like
I imagine
most
that
of-
once we've tried the drinks, we continue drinking
Yeah.
like regular drinks. that
I
aren't
mean, it sounds like
fancy.
Cyrus went pretty quick on the draw
Oh
for
yeah,
the dance.
Cyrus had one drink and then was like dancing, but you know.
Yeah.
I want to go dance.
I'm imagining we've at least got a couple of drinks in us to ease the pain of watching him
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
You probably do a
I have
shot
to-
of some
Everybody
like
starts
spirit as you
drinking
brought up from the
more.
hold.
I sent Ryan the gif of Tiflis doing the mating dance
No,
in the
Just
flesh.
It's
Cringe.
literally
make-
Alan from Saturday Night Live.
Do we make performance checks each, or do we give one person advantage because we're doing it together, so it's like dancer goggles where you don't notice how bad each person is?
It sounds to me like you are trying to dance badly to like make Cyrus look better. So I think you're both gonna roll a disadvantage
Okay.
because it sounds like you're deliberately trying to dance poorly or
What was
like
it, a
sillily, you know?
performance? Okay.
How do I roll?
Uh,
Full control.
Alt control? Okay.
I nearly rolled a 17 and an 18 there. It would have been really funny if I just tried and was really bad anyway.
Astra's probably closer to Cyrus's level. Atlas just seems to keep the beat, even though she's trying her best to like get out of time.
She keeps stepping off beat and then automatically going back on the beat again. Like,
Yeah.
shit, no.
You're probably like trying to match Cyrus's offbeat, but in doing so, you're like, but I need to be offbeat. But then you're being in beat from like Baros's like fluting that's happening.
She's just gonna look at you, Cyrus, and be like, Cyrus, I say this from the bottom of my heart. You're a better singer than you are dancer.
Yeah, but they didn't really like my singing and. Oh. I get it. So I also go and get another drink.
Moon Shadow pulls
God,
her
Go
loop.
get-
inside.
pass him another drink as he walks over.
Yeah. Just take a drink, sit beside Volgear.
But like, this is my fourth. I had 3 watching you.
I thought
Needed
this
to make
was
sure.
a festival. Do you not dance at festivals?
I thought you were doing a death dance. Thought you were about to have a fall over the ship.
Oh no, death dances are a lot more aggressive. This isn't really the type of atmosphere for that kind of dance.
Do
Yes.
it. Do the death dance.
Moon Shadow pulls out her lute and begins playing it. Kalen pulls out his accordion, and Lireleth has a triangle that she plays.
Thing. You do much dancing, Astra? That a thing ASMR do?
We kind of dance a little bit in the rain, but it's not raining right now, and I felt a bit awkward last time when it was raining to dance on the ship and nobody else dancing.
Literally
dancing in the
dances.
It's
Oh, come on, we can make it
Yes.
rain, Galadriel says. He goes over to one of the water buckets, begins filling up one of like the things. He just throws it in, and he doesn't throw it at you, he just throws it straight up, and like it just like kind of like peters out. He mainly gets soaked, he just threw it straight up in the air, and he's like, oh, fuck. His hose drop sparks. He's like, well, balls.
Birdfolk don't really dance. We do air shows. Those are normally how we celebrate.
Maybe we could both do an air show.
Sure. I'm not very good,
Wings.
but sure.
Yeah, well, we can't be any worse than she kind of like side eye side.
You know how to do a nosedive?
I can follow you.
So we're gonna do a nosedive and we're gonna spin on it. Yeah?
Okay. Just no bombs involved this time.
No. Nosedive, spin,
Okay.
and then you gotta stop yourself before you hit the ground. That's the hard part.
You're about 1,000 feet up right now.
Yeah, but the ground is the ship. We're not going to go to
Okay.
the ground.
Unless we do the side of the ship. But
That might be easier for a beginner.
yeah, Asher will do that.
And
She hasn't got many brain cells to begin with.
then all you gotta do is stop, you know, kinda near the ship rather than risk hitting it. My
Okay.
oldest brother can do one and stop an inch off the ground, but he's a better flyer than me.
Well, I'm getting used to the flying thing, so here goes nothing.
Don't worry about it. I've been flying my whole life and I still crash sometimes. Assuming this will be some kind of dex or acrobatics.
It's the acrobatics. So you fly up, the wings come out. You fly up a good, 300 feet, 100 feet or so, and then plummet down. And yeah, Astra, you probably chicken out. You probably like spread your wings and beat when you're still a good like, 30 feet above the ground, very reasonable. But you catch yourself and so you run them down. Atlas,
corkscrew.
Goes down, does the full corkscrew, doesn't get the near impressive, 1 inch above the ground like her brother does, but probably stops around 10 feet off the ground. Like enough that if an unfortunate member of the crew is walking by at that point, she probably would have collided with them, So it's close enough. It definitely involves if you hear a few woos or like, whoa, yeah, wow, like.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Think how cool that will look in the ring.
Yeah. It's an idea. Asta starts like planning stuff in her head.
Galadrius will go over to the side of the ship and he'll begin casting a spell in his holostrap, and you'll see a 10-foot ring like projects out from it into the air, and then another one, and as he begins like firing out these like little programmed illusions that kind of like begin filling the space, and he begins to make a little makeshift like hoop ring course for you to fly through if you would like.
I do want to do that.
Yeah, if you want to try to do Galadrius's race course, it is going to be another, we'll call this another acrobatics check to see how you make the banks and weaves and even collide with anything.
Like Astra will try, but I think she knows she's gonna be shit.
Atlas weaves through, over, round the spins around the like main mast and all, flies down through in between the wing, and like lands on the deck like at the finish hoop, which like blinks when she passes through successfully. Astra, you follow, and it's like you miss a couple of checkpoints, you're a bit disorientated, you go through one the wrong way, and you go back on yourself at one point. You don't injure yourself, but it's by no means elegant, and you somehow end up back at the start. And it's one of those ones where like, he's even flashing up things like wrong way and things like above the dome, but like, you're still flying through them. Like...
I feel like you're like, oh, I can't do that, and then you watch Alice do it, and you're like, it doesn't look that hard, and then you start doing it, you're like, no, yeah, it was that hard.
Yeah, you realize that a lot of the flight, especially in these kind of sharp banks and things, it's more like, I need to know where I'm going out of my own eye line, because like you're like, I can't turn my head far enough to see where my next, like, it's things like, yeah, there's checkpoints that go under the hull and all, you're like, I can't see where the next one is, but I have to commit to a turn, because if I don't, I'll fucking fall. So you commit and you probably give it a wider berth than you needed to and like miss it and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it's like...
Atlas crosses the finish hoop, lands, and it's like, Zephyr's belt, here I come. And they said I couldn't. They said I was a poor flyer.
I think that our Asimars would be familiar with Zephyr's belt. To some level. They'd at least be familiar with Zephyr.
Frantic Asimar Googling.
It's worth the tab sealed. Go.
Zephyr is the star which the Aarakocra's home planet orbits, and it has a big asteroid belt, which the Aarakocra's home world is actually embedded in. And a lot of Islin, Aarakocra, and previously Kenku basically use it as a training grounds, like perfect their flying and effectively zero gravity. So they can like pull off feats of impossible things that would not be possible in atmosphere. They can train, and then whenever they finally are in atmosphere, they are able to have the muscle memory to do impossible feats of flight and things like that. So it's like, it's kind of seen as a rite of passage for a lot of them, and it's always rumored like, no bird folk who's completed it wouldn't be like, they wouldn't be worthy of a task, and by the gods they have to like prove themselves, like that whole kind of thing. I would say that the dwarf and the fae are probably less inclined. They can make a history check if they'd like to see if they also have done it. They both traveled the universe a little bit, but it's outside their amalgamate space that they'd be more comfortable in.
Probably not.
You've heard of Zephyr, but the same way you've heard of, like, you know, Zimbabwe. You know, you've heard of it, you know it exists, you know roughly where it is, but you don't know much about the culture, or, like, you know, you could make some assumptions about it, but, like, you would have no idea if they were right or not.
I feel like Cyrus is just like, I got that. I got that reference. Continues drinking.
I like Astra just smiles and then goes to sit and watch the pretty lights.
Yeah. They twinkle for another. They twinkle for the lake glows for a solid hour before the illusion does begin to fade on it. The ship gets used to glow because Galadrius and Lareth keep topping up the spells. It is lovely, and you can see, even looking down at the lake, you see like animals and all gathered there in the evening time, like drinking and stuff. Far below. Is there anything else anyone would like to do in particular?
I think at some point I will approach Vulgar, handing him an ale.
Gotta
Do you
try
have
and
the-
tame him like a feral cat.
Do you have many celebrations back home?
I don't remember the last time I celebrated. I haven't really. I spent too many times. Too much time working. Celebrate.
Sometimes it's better to touch grass, as they say.
What's grass?
It's like a plant.
Yeah, we don't have many of those
Is
where
it
I'm
like
from.
the moss you find in the caves?
Yeah, it's like moss, but above ground. It's
I wouldn't know
everywhere.
anything. I wouldn't know much about above ground.
But well, maybe take the time to enjoy yourself a little bit and let your beard down. Is that the saying where you're from?
I suppose it probably could catch on.
That dwarf lied to me. But
It depends. It might be common in other areas. So just
yes, the Fae, they use every excuse, especially the satyrs. They've between you and me, they have a bit of a drinking problem. Or should I say, a party problem?
I would never have guessed.
No, from me, no. I'm such a well-refined gentleman.
Well, this is the sum of my party mood, and Volga's gonna find like a candle light and just start using thaumaturgy to change the color of the flame for a little while.
Yeah.
For a minute.
As he does that, Barros will go up and just start insanely dancing around the candle.
Like a moth.
It ends after 60 seconds.
Betcha he's gonna make it look so cool. He's gonna make dancing around a
Performance
candle
check,
look
Beryl.
so good.
Let's see.
He's going like do like proper like river dance. Jay.
19.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Does.
jeez.
Pretty good
Of course
dance.
he
The-
does.
It's the best dance you've seen all night. Maybe it's his
Not
goat mouth.
hard.
You know, is there something about it? And it probably does inspire a few crew to join in. You see Nendir probably drags Talindra up for a dance. And they dance together. Lireleth just kind of stays with the captain. But Kaelin and the first mate do both get up, and they have a little join in. Probably no one is quite as a skilled dancer as Barros, so they should roll for them to see how they all do.
I think Barros wants King of the Dancers as a title.
Oh, the goat might go flat like.
Kaelin is awful. Like, absolutely dire.
Like worse than
Moonshadow as
Ara.
well. Like, she stands on his feet. Thalindra is a bit clumsy, but it's passable. She has some form. Nendir as well. Like, nothing special, but, you know, they manage to, like, you know, not collide with each other or step each other's toes as they kind of dance and, like, laugh around. And as Barros, she dances circles around everyone.
Just gonna find them and just go, oh, I found someone that talks worse.
Cyrus is probably drinking his mug, being like, I don't feel so stupid now.
Kaelin is like, pop shoving it and all, like, on the spot.
Robot dance.
Yeah.
Like full robot with like the dangly arm and whatnot.
Nah.
Do we need break
Set 'em.
for doggo?
Yeah, she's fine. She's done her business.
Unpleasant.
Get the hose out.
Already done.
Be scared for the neighbour's fence.
Poor thing.
It's like your neighbour's used to it being on their own, but it's like looks up the fence. It's like, how the what?
Yeah, anything else you'd like to do?
Why is there so many charisma checks?
Dancing.
Right, they all done.
Barros was dancing and everyone else started
At least
dancing.
someone danced as bad as you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaelin's pop shoving it right now. Badly as well.
Yeah. I think Belgia's just gonna be watching.
They're all showing everyone up.
As per usual.
I just say I think Volga's going to be sat on the side watching, having general little chit chats, but nothing too serious.
Yeah, Cyrus is probably going to do the same for a wee while.
He's gonna,
He knows his place. He knows not to dance until everybody's
That's-
very drunk. If
At
they
some
get
point,
that drunk.
Volga's gonna walk over and just nod, and just stand next to him having a drink. Every so often, just a cheers, and that's it. It's like,
Galadriel's probably joins you, you two, as you're kind of like there. Gives you a little nod and goes like,
take the turns to go get the drinks.
yeah. He probably, as he kind of sits down, he goes like, so, not sure if we really get much chance to speak anyway, but what's it like over in, on Mondo? When was the last time you were back?
What's it? Don't know. Count. I have just been playing so much. I haven't really. When I saw it, it was it wasn't the best, but they weren't doing too badly. Plentiful and for what it could be.
Yeah, I was briefly stationed in protecting Agua in that oceanic sector. What a boring job that was. Make sure no ships come within like a star's distance of this one. Couldn't even see what was happening down there from that far away.
I think that's the point.
Yeah, well, it all's below water. You know what I mean? How the fuck are you supposed to see what's down there? Fucking stupid. We should just give them like a
Someone
Tev or
will
two and
find a
see what
way.
happens. Plus, I want to see a Tev, right, where it docks at the Omphalos. And then it's there, and it depressurizes, and fucking water just spills out of it everywhere, and like fish people getting flopping around all over the place.
Right.
I just think it'd be funny.
It
No?
would be interesting.
I think fish people's a slur.
Well, they wouldn't be able to fill it with air, right? Because they don't breathe air. They breathe water. So they'd have to fill it with water. So, you know, imagine that. Imagine getting on a Tev, right? And you're in the airlock. And you've got to put on a fucking suit for the airlock to fill with water for you to get on board.
Imagine one person gets that wrong and fills it with the fresh water when you want the salt water.
I didn't even think of that. I think most of them are saltwater beings, though. It's an ocean planet.
Also, how much salt water?
You have to get the
How much
percentages
salt
right.
in the water?
It will be a mechanical marvel. Whatever it happens, however they make it work. But I mean, that's what I want to fucking see. I don't give a shit about watching how they naturally find fucking, like, the ability to fly and stuff. They probably don't fucking care about shit. They can swim. That's basically just flying. And there's no fucking land on their planet, so why would you ever go in the air? There's no birds. There's no avians at all. So, if that is their atmosphere, So the first thing they're gonna fucking do is make a boat that can float. That'll be their fucking first tev. And they've not even fucking left orbit yet. And then how do you launch something with no land? They'll have to build a platform? Maybe they'll build land masses. I mean, that might start getting fucking interesting. But I'm just saying, right now, boring as fuck.
Ever thought that they might build something in the thing, pump out all the water, create it air, and then you thrust from the air to give it the thrust to get out the water and into...
I mean, it sounds hard. I mean, I think that the Omphalos and the Amalgamate could provide them things like that. Yeah, with the everyone's fucking
It
minds.
sounds hard to us, but maybe something they've already done.
Maybe.
That's
I mean, how the fuck we know? We look for our telescopes and we just see fucking water.
Exactly.
We only know they're fucking there because we sent a few people down before to, like, see them. And then those people have been told immediately to fuck off and leave, you know, don't make contact. They probably worship us like gods.
Well, they have reps sent faces on a dartboard, proverbial dartboard.
Maybe. I wonder what
I don't
Anapo thinks of it all, you know? Imagine that, having a whole fucking people that you're supposed to look after, and they fucking are worshipping, like, you know, Philip the elf, and Bradley the human, you know?
If Astra over here, she's gonna have like a very definite scrunchy face on her face.
He's been quite loud. Gotta be
I mean,
drinks.
as they say, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't worry about it because they don't know about it.
Also, fuck, I mean, the way the gods get on these days, maybe you better have Philip and Bradley looking after you, at least they're fucking around. Oh, you know. Wow, tough crowd. I'm gonna make him a different group. And he just leaves. He goes and joins Kaelin, who's like sat down, and Kaelin's like there. He's like, I think I might have sprained my ankle, and Lyrilleth's there like, oh no, it's okay, it's not sprained. You've just twisted a little bit, I think, from all that pop shoving you were doing.
He's like, go away. I didn't want a second opinion. I wanted an excuse. Okay.
Anyone else
I think
seek
both.
out anyone, or already just naturally find a close?
Is our favourite gunner still at the helm? Is he still at the top?
He was kind of like leaning up against the stairs near the entrance, kind of tucked away in a dark, shitty corner when they started the party. If you look for him again,
Turns out he's an excellent dancer. Nobody knows.
he is trying to make himself scarce, but you clocked that he went down below deck about 15-20 minutes ago.
I'll walk down there, give him a drink, and I'll just walk past, hand him a drink as I walk past, and walk back up.
He's playing effectively solitaire with a 3-dragon anti-deck. Just on his own. You notice he still has that initial glass of the Moreau ale that was given out, which is probably about half drunk, and is definitely like, I mean, it probably wasn't chilled in the first place, I imagine.
Yeah, probably not.
So it's not like it's lukewarm. It's lukewarm, but it probably always was. But yeah, he's just there.
Is there anything I noticed as I pop my head over, like, and it's a solitaire game? Anything I could
yeah,
know
make
that he could do?
intelligence check just to see how you're understand. And if you're proficient with any kind of card games or anything like that, you can add proficiency bonus to.
No.
No?
But
14. Yeah, you see he's currently stuck because he's looking for anywhere he's got a really big stack. He's looking to move because there's only one card still face down. The rest of them he's actually stacked off, and he's looking for anywhere to basically put this queen high stack on. But you notice he has a completed pile of one of the actual suits with the... It's not quite completed, it's got the king on top, and he's got a blank space he can put it in, and you're like, you can move the king to there and like move it over and then get the last card out, and like he goes like, oh, fuck, and you see that, and he slides it over and he flips it, and it's the last ace, and he's just like like finishes the game. Like that was the one thing keeping him from finishing it. And you imagine he probably was sat there for some reason. Based on how quickly he moves the cards, he was probably stuck for some time because he hadn't made any moves since you came down the stairs.
And I'll give him a little chink and then go back upstairs.
Start shuffling the cards again. And yeah. Anyone else seek anyone else in particular? Any of your party, crew? Does anyone drink to
feel like-
excess?
Cyrus is probably drinking quite heavily.
I think with the old gear trying to have drinks with different people, I think starting to drink a bit too much.
Atlas is not drinking to excess because the last time she did, she got held hostage in the med bay. She like
Cass
goes
was
to
probably
get
right.
another drink and just makes eyes with her left. Is like, no.
You've been scarred straight. Is it just Constitution save or is it Constitution?
Save, yeah. And what are you doing,
Oh,
Astra?
ouch! That's gonna hurt me in the
Olga,
morning.
you
She's
are
not
pretty
drinking. She's not drinking to excess because I feel like as soon as she took a couple of sips of the ale, she's like, whoa. So
Did Volgo even make it up the stairs as he went after he went
Oh
down
yeah,
the light
but
deck?
you missed the arm reel. You like went to lean the arm reel and went like, whoa, okay. you get
You've
yourself
done
back
the
up.
thing. You've done
I
the
think
thing
it's
where
time
you
for
weren't
me
that
to go to
drunk,
the
then
side.
you leave the party for a second, and then you're like, "Oh no, I'm so drunk."
You stood up to go to the bathroom and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
Everything's
think
fine,
Volga-
and then you stand up, and it's like, "Oh no."
Volga's gonna take his time and head his way to bed.
Moonshadow
think I'll-
and Kaylin are currently both playing like a drinking game where they are just spinning an empty bottle and whoever it lands on has to drink, and they're both getting more and more progressively wankered because it's just the two of them. It's like a 50-50 chance that they're just gonna fucking keep chinning these drinks.
I will join that at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you say Lilith is doing that?
Not Lireleth, sorry, it's Lyriel, Moonshadow. The first mate.
Oh, I was about to
First
say,
mate
if
and,
Lilith was doing it, then you're safe. You're medic
I would be
surprised the next day.
but no.
And
But I'll join for at least a little bit. Just do some shots.
Lireleth had she had a couple of drinks, but she seems to have stopped now. She's now keeping an eye on everyone else when you're one's fucking hurting themselves. She kind of becomes like that like mum, and then like she's had a few drinks.
Hate that person. Let me drink to excess.
And yeah, if you start doing some shots, Atlas, it sounds like you're gonna make
Yeah,
a
I'm
con
gonna
save.
drink to excess.
as soon as the shots go out, Ash is like, I'm gonna go to bed.
You hold it though. From a family of wine.
I am from
Wine
an
distillers.
alcohol family. Not an alcoholic family, an alcohol family.
Yeah, Cyrus will probably join the shots game as well.
Yeah, and you hold your own Cyrus again with that strong con of yours, and like, Kaylin, like ends up like lying back in deck. Is like, I'm absolutely fucked. Oh Christ, I do not want to wake up tomorrow. That's gonna suck. And Moonshadow kind of like laughs, and she's like the same. She's like very like, she's not like blackout, but she's very much enjoyed herself. You know, like she's struggling to keep her balance, even sitting down on the deck.
What's Barros doing?
You're gonna join us in our drinking. It's not really a drinking game. We're spinning a bottle around and drinking. I don't think that counts as a game.
It's a game because you have to like it's the point of you don't drink, so it's a game because the gamble is you don't drink.
She turns the bottle just so it's facing him.
Oh no, Goatman's got a drink.
Anthony, I think you're muted.
Oh, I am. I didn't realize. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking drink as much as Atlas and
Peer pressure.
Cyrus.
With the 12, you hold your own. You get a good tipsy. You get a good buzz going, but you're not like out of control of your faculties. Like whereas things like Kaylin, Moonshadow, definitely struggling to keep themselves like under control. Nendir this evening for a change is
Totally
fucking
good.
stone cold sober.
He did it.
Finally, just took a matter of time. Moonshadow probably like puts her head on like the drunk Volgir's shoulder and goes like, "Oh, okay. Right, little creepy man. What do you want to ask me? I know you want to ask me a question."
I feel like Atlas, like, oh.
Looks at Volgir.
Ask her if I've got a shot.
I think he's asleep. Okay, cool. That's fine. I mean, he's always quiet, creepily. Does he just sleep with his eyes open? That's weird. Anyway,
No.
okay, who's next?
And then
She
just
spins
gonna
the
wait
bottle.
back.
Maybe that's a dwarvish thing. Maybe they all sleep with their eyes open.
No, I've met other dwarves. They definitely close their eyes when they sleep.
It might just be a vulgar thing.
It does
The
sound
only
like
dwarf
a
I've met.
it- It sounds like a vulgar thing.
Volgir making mental note to draw eyes on his eyelids.
I haven't met many dwarves, but I can already tell that Volgir is an exception.
Could be like a Duragoth thing. You know, there's no light underground.
It's a miracle they have eyes at all, really.
Or eyelids.
Yeah, like why bother?
Yeah.
Like how useful can that be?
You know? No idea. I mean, the drow have eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they have light down in the tunnels. Surely.
Not very much, if any.
I don't know about his planet, but yeah, but here we have like a lot of bioluminescent fungi and stuff, you know? So it's not dark down there, but it's not like there's a sun.
There's bioluminescent fungi where I come from. No, wait. Bio is natural. This isn't natural. There's luminescent fungi where I come from.
What's the difference?
Bio means that it like naturally occurs, but ours glows because it's toxic and full of weird chemicals that were pulled out of the earth and refined. Also, some of the animals glow a little. Not as much.
See, in my experience, if you ever see something, a luminescent moss, then you'd be worrying that you've left the area too long. You'd probably see it in some of the older caves, not any of the ones that are freshly worked. For us. We tend to do quite well in the dark.
So they can be used for aging purposes or threat
Just gonna
monitoring.
look at. What are you on about?
I can't think of the
good,
words.
buddy?
It's like, so if it glows on your planet, it's dangerous. If it glows on your planet, it's been there too long.
Ours isn't dangerous.
You
It's just-
can see the
said it's
cogs going
toxic.
around Volgir's head as
yeah,
he tries to
along with
process what you
everything
said.
else on my planet. We eat most of the toxic stuff. It's fine.
So
Alcohol
are they
is
glowy-
toxic.
Are the glowy things less toxic or more toxic?
I don't know. I've not been down there.
I mean, have you tried to smoke them? That's the real question.
Again,
Judging by the voice,
up and
yes.
down there. The voice isn't from smoking. The voice is... well, technically, the voice is from going down there, but... I haven't been
Yes,
down
going
there
down
enough
there.
to... Yeah, well, it's... complicated.
We don't really have any glowy plants. Don't really have any plants.
What do you mean you don't
Only
have
the-
any plants?
Well, we have plants, but not many. I mean, there's some trees that bear fruit.
On what planet is this, sorry?
Well, Feud, there were some plants on Feud. Abaddon doesn't have much vegetation. It's mostly just fire and ash and rock, and it's a very shitty place.
How does a planet of fire, ash, and rock ever cultivate life?
That is a good question.
Be a
Like,
brute
we start-
determination. I guess.
I mean, it's like devils and shit, right? They're probably like
Yeah.
born of fire.
Yeah, sounds to me like dumb god shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of dumb god shit that happens on that planet.
What about animals?
No, not many of those either, apart from ones that want to kill you. Although they do taste good. It's a very much survival of the fittest kind of place. You don't survive? Eh.
Is it so hot that like you kill an animal and like it cooks itself, or like?
No, their outer skin has like a resistance to it.
Balls.
You have to carve away the skin to get to the good part.
I always wondered that with the dragons, especially once they breathe fire. You know, like because the fire comes out from the inside. Like, could you cook them? Like, if you kill one, like, could you cook one up?
Imagine the inside of their throats and stuff have like, I don't know, special kind of tissue that's fire resistant or fire.
I always imagined it
immune.
was more like a flammable gas they breathe, and then there's just a spark somewhere in their mouth that starts it.
Or like a lighter.
Yeah.
What if it's like two separate chemicals
And they
that
mix.
when they, yeah, like when they fire it out of their mouth, the two chemicals collide, and that's what creates the flame. Or
What, like just two different kinds of fire spit?
yeah, like
Well,
the I don't know,
He
separate
kind of
glands.
means. I know what he means because we similar concept in large thrusters and stuff would do the same. Yeah, you basically if you fire them both out together on their own, they're fairly mundane. They would probably kill you if you held them in, but
But once
don't
you
do
mix
much.
them together, they start doing stuff.
yeah, stop fucking around. Normally, you need something to like give them a little nudge in the right direction, you know, like a little spark or something like that to ignite them. Yeah, it could be possible. That would mean they'd have to have like tanks, like in their body.
So-
You know?
If I'm getting this right,
What's
what
a
you're saying
lung,
is
though,
don't
if not
fuck
a
around and you don't
air
find
tank?
out.
Yeah. I was thinking
well,
less like lung and more like testicle, but you know, yeah, same thing.
Be a long way to travel if they had like.
That
from
would
the
explain why they're
testicle.
so angry all the time, though.
Be warm.
I mean, next time we see a dragon, we can always ask.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about
We could ask
you know,
Agdragon.
when you get hit by a flame.
But he
or
might be a
breath.
child, so that might be illegal. I don't know.
I can't imagine like a breath attack.
Especially if it's to do with his testicles.
Yeah, testicle fluid. Yeah, it almost makes like.
I don't mean like it
breath
comes
damage
from
worse.
there. I more mean like a similar concept of like a storage
Oh.
unit, because the lungs are probably used to breathe in and out. You know,
like some kind of gland
Yeah.
somewhere.
maybe they have throat balls.
I
I
don't.
feel like Volga
I don't
is
like
starting
this
to sip and then
conversation
look, so
anymore.
I'm just like, huh?
Ball chinian.
I will pay anyone 50 chits to change the conversation topic to something else.
It's Dragon Ball.
Okay, you owe me 50 chits for that.
What kind of animals grow up on your planet then?
I mean, again, I haven't been there that much, although I have seen some from the surface. There's a kind of wolf. And my dad said when he was younger, they used to be like really fluffy, but they're not anymore. Now they look like hang on, I can do it. And I would like to turn into a squaw wolf. Okay.
What the?
Did we just drink too much, or is Atlas no wolf?
Barrows, you didn't
Yeah,
slip any
you
of that
don't
mushroom
see a
stuff into my-
traditional wolf as we imagine a wolf. Imagine like if anyone's seen the film Annihilation,
Yep.
you know the bear?
Yeah.
Imagine the wolf version of that, or like something
Oh.
from Fallout. Like you're
It's
looking
so
at
messed up.
a lot of eyes, a lot of like exposed, what looks like maybe bone or organ maybe. It's got like spines coming off the spine, like spikes. And yeah,
That
this
is one freaky creature.
giant monstrous creature is like sat very calmly.
Barrows, you didn't slip any of that mushroom shit into my drink, did you?
I don't think I did, but I'm pretty fucked up myself, so maybe I don't remember.
What? Why can't I see its skeleton? Why?
The wolf holds up a paw and weirdness. and then creates the most horrifying scream, howl, like rackles your bones horrendousness.
Barros will freak the fuck out.
I feel like Astra's like startled awake below deck, like, are we being attacked again?
Cyrus is just kind of like staring at it, and he's just like,
War flashbacks.
I don't understand. How can these... You can't talk at the minute, can you?
No. I don't think so. I don't think Drew can talk
Cyrus,
What
no,
do
you
you call-
can't. But Cyrus is asking the wolf.
I
can
don't
you
know how
talk?
well she works, but I don't think I can talk.
No, you can't talk.
The wolf shakes its head.
Oh, you can understand me. Okay. I don't understand how those animals function. It looks like half of their outsides are inside and vice versa. And I thought my planet was fucked up. Takes a drink.
Wolf yawns. There's a smaller pair of jaws inside.
Why? Why? This is proof that the gods do not exist, because that is just fucked up.
The wolf growls.
I'm sorry, but you're horrifying.
And then
I
Atlas
feel like
turns
Ash
back into her usual little owl self.
Asher is still half asleep, seeing, like, because I feel like at the scream she probably like crept up and just watched from a distance, like, what the fuck? And then it's like, oh, okay, it's Atlas doing shapes.
So yeah,
And
they kind
hearing-
of look like that. I've only seen one once when someone brought it up from the surface, but my brother says that they can get real nasty if you get too close.
Yeah, they don't look like the cute and cuddly kind.
My father said they used to look different, but I've never seen them look different. But
Yeah, I
he
imagine
grew up on the
they-
surface, so...
I imagine they used to have more flesh on their outsides.
Yeah,
Less spiky, maybe.
yeah. Probably.
More
Those things that were
fluffy,
brought up
probably.
with us still have most of the flesh still on. But, down on the surface, everything's got a little... scrunchy.
Warped.
Except the Kanku, but they've got suits. That's actually where this came from.
Oh.
That's why it has. When I don't need it.
What weird shit grows on your planet? Let's go look at Barros.
Barros, who's still gibbering in terror from the wolf horror.
Just us, the satyrs. I mean, it's it's as close to the Feywild, using the Fey portals and all of that, and I mean the Feywild's pretty weird from what I've been
you've got
told.
those, they're like little butterfly dragon things. Little ones.
Oh,
do magic.
the pseudo dragon,
Maybe.
I think. To be fair, I left when I was 14, so my memory is a little bit fuzzy. But I once saw a space whale. That was pretty fucking insane.
I don't even know what's in the oceans down on my planet. Bet it's messed up.
Yeah, I bet it's just as horrifying as the wolf.
Aw, they're not that bad. My brother brought a puppy home once. My dad made him get rid of it, though. He was worried about parasites and diseases and me. He was real upset about it. But, you know, he had my little brother, which is basically like having a pet anyway. Well, my big brother, but his little brother.
Have you ever seen an asteroid spider? They're pretty fucking freaky.
That sounds cool as hell.
They're fucking huge, like bigger than the ship. They've, imagine like just a spider that kind of looks like a crab that is just monstrous, and they live on asteroids, and you fly too close, and they snatch you and they drag you in.
Is that how they eat? Like just chips?
To be fair, there's enough creatures out there in space that they just catch anything. But ships is probably more common because I assume it's wherever the asteroid goes, they go.
Kind of like a spider setting up a web in a window.
I don't know if they can actually web, but
That'd be scary though. Like you're flying your ship and suddenly you fly right into a big web. Like a Tev just like stuck in a web.
Which would win in a fight, a space whale or an asteroid spider?
Space whale. I've never seen either, but I'm betting on space whale.
I mean,
Who would win in a fight? Asteroid spider or Cyrus?
depends if Cyrus is honey. Then my bet's on the Cyrus.
I'm always horny.
Why does it always require someone to
You're
be
always
horny?
horn. I think you need two to be horny.
Ouch.
Oh, that is rough.
Surely that'd be Hornsey.
Someone get liver left. We
point.
need to get a burn treated.
So what's the biggest creature that you've seen?
Who's asking who?
Just general asking to the spinny bottle table.
I mean, like I said, the space whales are pretty fucking big. What's their name? I believe they're called Kendori in their native tongue.
I haven't seen
They're
anything that
fucking.
big. Oh, I saw a dinosaur once. One of the big stand-up ones with teeth.
Oh, what is a dinosaur?
Like a really big lizard.
Oh,
One of our clients like collected them. He had like a whole zoo thing. And one time my father let me tag along on a shipment. They fed it a whole goat. Chomped it down like it was nothing. We have a lot of clients like that. Eccentrics. I mean, not a lot of clients with zoos, but, you know. Suppose people willing to spend that much money on a bottle of wine have to be a little weird.
So is your whole culture just based around wine, or do you grow or sell anything else?
My whole culture is based around the gods and messaging. My family is based around wine because that's what we've done for the past 1,000 odd years. Maybe even more. It's, you know, the family business. You don't have, I suppose not, your family business is the... my family were farmers, so we've been farming forever. So most of my life is through the lens of wine, but that's not normal for Owlin. Or bird folk in general. But I'm kind of glad for it, because if you hang your hat off being a messenger and then the people you're delivering messages for suddenly stop needing that, you're kind of wandering around not sure what to do with your life. Everybody wants wine.
Whenever I was back with the Amalgamate Navy in my time, We were on a front near the Concordat border, and I didn't see it. I was below decks, but if the boys in the bridge would be believed, they claimed a dragon the size of a moon came at them. They thought it was a moon initially. Same color, that like light white you'd expect catching off the sun, dark when the sun wasn't hitting it. Floated in the orbit, didn't come up on radar that we could see from the engineering quarters, and then suddenly it began moving. We thought it was a ship coming towards us from down there. We could just see the blip, the size and the speed of it. But they claimed it was some kind of dragon, coined it a moon dragon. But that was all we really heard of the radio, because the whatever that was ripped the whole fucking bridge off the ship. It all did not survive. Couldn't find any, at least. Once the bridge was destroyed, it left us alone. Maybe we couldn't see anything else, I don't know. But it ripped off a city blocks worth of buildings size bridge from the top of a Tev. Just like that.
Sounds like a ghost story.
Yeah, I know, and I was on board. We had to lock down to secure everything. We lost control. We had to manually override the engines and then manually steer them back.
Eros, you ever seen a dragon the size of a moon, or have you been outstoried?
I think I've been outstoried, but
Technically, I didn't see it, but still a good story.
I mean, I met an individual. He was my local fence guy from back home, who claimed that he used to.
Guy
one of
specifically
his-
to build you fences?
No, it's to sell stolen goods.
Sounds illegal.
What?
Oh,
I was
she's
a
innocent, isn't she?
pirate.
He was a pirate.
Why do you think we sold it? To the
I don't
amalgamate?
know. I don't know. I kind of didn't
Here
think you
is the
had
stolen goods
I
that
just
we stole off
imagined you burying it somewhere. That's what pirates do. Everything I know about pirates is from books.
What's good with buried treasure? You can't spend buried
I don't
treasure.
know, but in all the books they always bury it and then they die. That's what pirates do. They bury their treasure and then they die.
I want to spend my treasure on women and food and wine, not fucking bury it and die. Jesus, that sounds boring. But
Well, then someone goes on an epic adventure to get your treasure.
Then Deer like pipes in. She's like joining the conversation. She's like, "Oh yeah, I have a book like that. Oh, what's it called? I think it's called Treasure Planet.
I think I might have read that one.
It's about a young boy. He ends aboard a pirate ship. They go looking for this treasure planet. It's got a load of. I mean, it's apparently based on a real story, if you can believe it.
I don't believe it.
I mean,
A
I don't
whole
believe that
planet
you
of
own a
gold.
book that doesn't involve sex.
There's
Well-
a little sex.
Yeah, a little bit. Long John, and I was a bit more hopeful when I read the character names. I was hoping for a bit more. The innuendos were there, but the description was poor. I also read this book when I was a kid, so
But yeah, I met
a children's
my fence claimed that he had a group of clientele that he would see on the regular every couple of months, and they were about 3 foot, like bird folk, but they were like black and white and like very small, apparently very adorable.
Folk can be small. Even smaller than me sometimes.
Yeah, he said they were. They didn't have wings. They had like claws, but they were definitely bird folk.
Kenku.
No, not. I know
doesn't sound like
Kenku.
Kenku.
Not Kenku?
Uh,
Kenku are
you
the
call-
only ones I know that don't have wings. I mean, sometimes people lose them in accidents and stuff. but-
What did he call them? I believe he called them the Hoa. They're like little black and white kind of birds, but
Not from my planet.
They look
It
like
sounds like
little eggs.
something that was near our lovely oceanic sector, but I mean, not possible. They didn't have flight. Of a bird avian standard or of a TEV capability. Not to my knowledge, at least. If they do have flight, they've really fucked something up over there. Which I'm not saying is impossible. The amalgamate can be shit.
Don't say that, I'm relying on them to save my planet.
I'd much rather probably fucking glass it anyway.
When do you think the airspace will open again?
Back on Nulel and Aerith?
Yeah.
Well, been traveling for a good 10 day now. It might already be open.
It's not.
No?
Nope.
How do you know?
Because the second the airspace opens and a certain ship lands, this thing's gonna blow up.
Fair enough.
Is there not like a certain range on those things?
He'll find a way. Trust me.
I really need to meet this brother. Sounds like...
Is this the same brother you left with a prostitute?
Same brother.
I mean,
Not
he doesn't
the-
sound that smart.
He, has a weakness for a pretty face.
I mean, wisdom and intelligence are two different things.
You're telling
He
me.
can be smart, but not very wise.
He's, kind of like Barros. Very charismatic. But, he kind of lets that trick him a lot.
Oh, your brother's half goat.
No. Well, not that I know of.
I mean, it's kind of easy to tell, you know, the legs.
Maybe he's just good on the inside.
I mean,
A goat with wings would be terrifying. Like, imagine if Barros could fly.
oh, it'd be over for you bitches. I mean, if he's got a weakness for a pretty face, maybe we could just throw Cyrus in front of him and hope he wounds him.
I'm not pretty.
You're a little pretty.
Sorry, you're handsome. We'll throw Astra instead.
I mean, the wings might tempt him, but he's more of a Aarakocra kind of following.
So
Nervous.
we need to find an Aarakocra.
Or we could just get a long beak and put it on something.
Or we could just try and avoid him and not even start this whole thing.
Well,
On the
I mean, from-
upside,
From
When
what
he-
you say,
he's
he's
going to find you either way.
yeah. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get back to everyone else. Micaiah after me I can deal with. Kalis after me becomes a problem. And if my parents get involved, you're all dead.
Kalis is the eldest brother.
Yeah. He used to be really fun, but after the incident, we kind of aren't as fun anymore.
Overprotective.
He made a bad call. And it, made everything worse. He doesn't really like me anymore. Well,
That's
I don't
not
know.
true. Everyone's family likes each other. Yeah, we're falling out sometimes, but family's family, you know?
I think I remind him that he messed up. He doesn't like that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd rather you were alive to remind him than dead and not reminding him, you know?
Yeah. But yeah. Them after me, that's manageable. The second my parents get involved, it's all over.
You make them sound like some kind of tycoon.
I mean, in the wine world, yes. But, more... We always used to joke that, if I ever died, my father would pray for my soul to safely move on, and my mother would march her way up to the heavens and go get me back whether she had to punch a god in the face to do it.
First of all, I like the sound of your mother. She sounds cool.
Checks out, you got
Also-
mummy issues. That comes from Galadrius.
Daddy issues.
I've got all kinds of issues.
I mean,
What
he,
about,
he never
sibling
saw his
issues?
mum. That's definitely mummy issues.
I never asked.
Classic mummy
Do
issues
any
is
of
not
you
seeing a
have
mum.
siblings? I always talk
No.
about my brothers, but you guys never mention anyone. Are you all only children?
If I had any siblings, I wasn't around to know them. But I doubt it.
I definitely have siblings, but I have so many that I've lost. Everyone, unless she's related to someone.
Can't tell your siblings from
Inbred.
your cousins.
Yeah, something like that.
At least you know that you're not, because your mother was human and your father's a sitter.
Half
True.
siblings.
Maybe that's like
I have
worse.
plenty of half siblings.
Your mother's been gone for a long time. You might have half siblings on the other half too.
True, I might have human siblings. That's weird.
Yeah.
Imagine you're living a human life just regular, and then I turn up and be like, "Hey, what's up, motherfucker? I'm your half brother from your mother's side."
I really hope you have human siblings.
Okay, you need to make me a promise right now. Because whenever we leave you at Tilm, we will never see you again. But you need to promise right now. If you fucking do have human siblings and you meet up with them, you have to tell them your mother fucked a goat. It's the only thing you can. It's the only right thing to do.
I will hold him to that promise.
Astra, any siblings?
Not. I don't know. I didn't
yeah.
know my parents, so
Raised on a convent.
I didn't know. They could exist if I don't know.
Anybody that you counted as a sibling? Anyone you grew up with at the temple?
Anybody who
I
ever
mean, the-
held you down and shoved peas so far up your beak that you had to go get them surgically removed?
No.
A little bit
Are you
specific
okay?
there.
Yeah, I think you've got family issues too.
And then Deer's like,
Fun fact. That's an actual thing that happened to my mother who grew up with 2 older brothers. That's an actual
punching the
family
god
event.
thing.
and then Deer's
No,
like,
wait.
She's never let it go.
I
She
had
was
5
like
sisters.
8. 5? That's
Yeah.
too many. You don't
No
need that
brothers,
many.
5 sisters.
Is that why you're out here?
Oh no, I like my sisters. They're fine.
All of them?
Yeah, they're fine.
Older or younger?
I'm the eldest, so
Do you still get to see them?
now and again. I travel a lot, so hard to make time. But they tend to stick to the ground.
You miss them?
A little bit, of course. You always miss your family, but like the beautiful thing about airships and things is you can always go down and see them. I mean, we're not that far from them right now. They live out near the
We should visit.
No, I say not that far, as in they're on this continent. Like, it's not like a little pop down and say hello. It's
Oh. We shouldn't visit.
it would be probably about a month from here, roughly. It's down kind of near the coast, in a place called Dragon's Vale. It's like a forest area.
You think any of them will end up on ships?
Maybe. I mean, I'm not old myself, so they're all still fairly young. But my dad.
I can't tell how old elves are. I'm sorry. It's hard.
It's fine.
You'll live too long and stay too pretty.
I'll take
I
that.
mean,
as a
I'm not
compliment.
complaining.
Me either. I mean, obviously, you know, your beauty pales in comparison to Cyrus, but
Well, that goes without saying.
you
I
can
mean,
only do so much.
What is the point in even trying anymore after seeing someone like that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Cyrus, stop! Those muscles, they're shining in my eyes.
If you want, I can.
He's
I
making
can
his
start,
pecs dance. Oh,
If you want, I can start dancing again. That'll turn you all completely off.
Dance.
I don't know. At least the confidence in it was a little alluring.
oh, come on, Cyrus, up with me.
I want to see this
And Nendir gets up.
dance.
It's like, okay, so, Here, give me this.
Do a
and
backflip.
She takes what do
Do
you have
the
like?
war dance.
what do you have in
do
your belt?
Do the war dance.
On my belt,
Yeah.
there's probably like a pouch
Yeah.
on my left hip.
She takes it, drops it on the ground. She's like, "I'm gonna teach you the best dance move ever.
The bend and snap.
It's called the lean forward and the flip back really fast." And yes, Nendir is going to
Bend
teach
and
Cyrus
snap.
the bend and snap from Legally Blonde.
They like Barros to have a heart attack.
Cyrus is going to.
There also knows the bend and snap well.
Can I roll an insight to see if I think she's messing with me
Yeah.
or if I believe her?
Yeah.
What do you mean messing with you?
It's even. I have no idea. It could be real. It's
Roll it in there.
She believes it's like the way to like be the most sexy and attractive, but like after she does it, you're not entirely sure. I like, trust me, it works. It works every time. Anyone I need to get, anyone I want to get, this works without fail. So you just bend it, pick it up, and then you snap it back
Without fail?
without fail.
How many times?
I don't kiss and tell.
I do.
How many
That
times?
move does not work.
I don't kiss and tell.
Cyrus.
I
Because
feel
Barrow
like
says
your
it
sample
doesn't work-
size is too small.
Because Barrow said it doesn't work, Cyrus is going to try it.
Make me a performance check, and
Roll a
Nendir
nat
will assist
20.
you, so you get advantage.
Piggy shush.
The piggies want to see Cyrus bend and snap really
They
badly.
do. They're whooping so loud.
13 by fate.
He bends,
Average.
he snaps. Yeah.
It was kind of hot. Your butt looked good.
Thank you. Do anything for you, Barrows?
I mean, it's you. You do it for me, so.
Shut up.
You could just sit there and beautiful, stunning.
Cyrus just takes a drink.
And Atlas is right. From this angle, nice butt.
Humanoid butts are still hilarious to me. Like, what you doing? Crazy.
Do you have a problem with our butts?
I just think butt cheeks are weird.
Well, what if you've got butt cheeks?
No?
No?
Bird. I mean, I got butt fluff, but not like anything round. Silly.
So what, you just sit on the fluff?
Do you have like a cloaca or something? What's
That's a
going on down
personal
there?
question.
What's going on down there?
That's a personal question.
Are you all legs?
You mean all legs?
Well, yeah, how much of you is fluff? That's a good question. That's a less
significant
personal
amount.
question.
Yeah, sure. She lifts up her mask, and she just kind of moves her, and just like keeps going until she gets like halfway into her fucking head. It's like, about there on the fluff.
That's a lot of fluff.
Okay, not to sound fucked up, but we can make some really comfortable pillows out of Atlas.
I was thinking the exact
Nobody
same
make me
thing.
into a pillow. You
Not
can
even
put
when
your
you
hand in the
die.
fluff if you really want to. I'm not gonna stop.
Not just one pillow, it sounds
Really
like.
soft.
I'm going to put hand.
Just go
just-
on.
She like puts her hand to like block like here. It's like, not there, that's a port, don't touch that.
Is it soft?
It's very soft.
You can touch it
Wait,
if you want.
I have to find out.
Goes to just poke.
Your
Your
finger
hand
just vanishes
vanishes
into
into-
yeah.
I'm gonna poke Cyrus's thigh and see if it does the same thing.
It's like fucking steel.
Damn.
You like stave your finger, like just pushing against it. It's like ah. You like Lyrath comes over and tapes your fingers together so they can recover. You know.
Atlas lowers the mask again. If I die, nobody pluck and make a pillow out of.
Don't you like shed feathers?
A little bit. Normally just when it
weird.
gets hot.
Well, they obviously get caught up in your suit, so whenever you take the suit off, you can just be like over on your feet,
Yeah, pretty much.
just shake those into a pillowcase,
I think it would take a while.
put it in your bag. Then you get a full pillow.
Like, imagine trying to stuff a pillowcase with the hair that comes off when you brush your hair.
It wouldn't take that long for me.
Kaelin's just like, yeah, me either. To be honest, I mean, ooh, are we including like body hair? Because a day.
I thought elves didn't get body hair.
Well, I do, baby.
Maybe you're not an elf.
Maybe not.
I mean, I could shave my legs for you if you really wanted, but I don't think anybody wants that.
Do you think if you shaved your goat half, you could pass as human?
You'd have to
If he
stop
was
Winnie the
wearing
Poohing
trousers.
it. Because that
I'd have to
Yeah,
wear
it'd have-
pants.
would be gross. Nobody wants to see that.
Cyrus, give me your pants. I want to see what I look like in pants.
I am not
Yeah.
taking my pants off.
Give him
Take
your
off your
pants!
pants.
No.
I'll give you my pants, but I don't know if they'll fit.
We're,
Pretty
you're
little.
a little, yeah. I mean, that might work. They might be like 3/4 pants on me, and my hooves just stick out.
Yeah, you definitely need a
sure.
large size just to cover up the knee and the.
Yes, so give me pants, big boy.
Atlas stands up and starts unbuttoning her pants. Takes off pants, hands them to you. I gotta get the Winnie the Pooh thing. Feel weird.
I will try on Atlas's pants.
You notice that Atlas has a tail that she does not like have a hole or anything like cut outside, like just like tucked down into her pants.
Is that not uncomfortable?
What?
Your tail.
Oh, not really. I don't know. Pretty small, so I just kind of.
Yeah, but when you're sitting, does it not in the suit? Does it not bend weird?
A little bit, but you don't really notice it.
Would it not be more comfortable just to, cut a hole?
Yeah, but I don't want to cut a hole in my pants. You cut holes in all your hats?
I don't wear hats. They don't sit on my head right.
Maybe they would if you cut a hole in them.
Yeah, but then I'd have to feed it through the horn, and it's just it's too
That's
much
the
work.
same thing with the tail. Like my feathers are gonna get all scrunkled.
Yeah, but the tail will be more flexible. You could smush it in the when you put it through the hole. Horns don't smush.
I don't know. The wings are hard enough. Cyrus, put my pants on. Oh.
Your pants
Wrong
will definitely
character.
not fit on me.
Yeah, they're not gonna fit. Barrels,
Goes
put my
over a
pants
calf.
on.
I put on Atlas's pants.
Okay, Barros gets in the Atlas's pants.
How tall are you?
Like 6'1".
Oh,
Atlas
they're
is
not
like
going
4'6", so
They're a little short.
Um,
They probably don't go up to your
you're
goat ass.
gonna look like a little German boy.
Hey, you can pull them over, but yeah, your fucking calves are gonna be fully on show. Like
I'll get them
Remember
about like
host-
up to the knees and be like, these aren't going to fit. I'm a little bit thick around the waist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
the
Give me my
back
pants back then.
hinge of your leg is. If you're trying to pass for human, that's a dead giveaway. You need,
while
like,
Atlas
big-
is pantless though, cloaca or not? Answer the question.
Give me my pants back.
Boo, she's no fun.
Speaking of
Alright.
no fun,
You only get to find out the
Get your
answer to those
fucking pants
questions
off.
if you sleep with me. It's the only way.
And then Deer's like, okay.
As in, okay, you're okay with not knowing, or okay, you'll sleep with me.
She will just get up and hold her hand out to Atlas.
Fine. But I get to find out your body count so I know what I'm getting myself into here. You don't have to say it in front of everyone, but I want to know first.
You can't count it on both of your hands, but maybe if you included your toes.
Yeah, sure. Follow.
And yes,
Lucky
she'll drag you
numbers.
below deck.
Yes.
while they're talking about that, Cyrus is starting to unbuckle his trousers. Fine, Beros, if you must know.
Give me the pants!
As he's unbuckling his trousers, though, he's gonna like take off his half cape and like wrap it around his waist. Keep a bit of modesty.
Yep.
And then take off his trousers.
Is this suggesting that you're not wearing underwear?
I'm gonna say this is just Cyrus is going commando.
That's dangerous when you fight like you do.
Saying nothing.
I was about to say, did Volga go down under deck at this point?
I assumed you were still sat, Volgir, like
can't
drunk
remember,
as a skunk, because you didn't say I'm going to bed. I assume you've been there the whole time, just like
I was
fucking like,
gonna go-
because you were like, my eyes are open, but I'm not responding to anyone. So you've been sat there like
Yeah.
not moving.
I was like
like-
earlier, I was going to try and make it down, and then I missed the first step, and I was like, I'll leave that. I feel like at that point, right, Volga's like, right, I'm going to bed if this is what's happening now.
Listen, it's not a sexual thing. I just want to see what I look like in pants.
With you, it's always a sexual thing.
Well, maybe later.
I feel like Asher's like
I'm just
starting to stay up so like she can protect Cyrus from Barrows.
Yeah, I was about to say,
And then her-
Volga's going to smack Cyrus on the back and go, good luck. I heard he's quite rough.
This is
But then
the
Asher's also falling asleep. She's struggling.
Beros, as he's handing it over, he's like, Beros, let me be clear. This is the only time you're getting into my pants.
Sounds like a
And
challenge.
Volga's going to shout back, make full use of it while you can.
So, you're saying during this time period,
No.
this is the only time
No.
I'm getting in your pants.
This instance.
Okay, cool. And what would one dictate an instance?
Kalen finishes his drink and helps Moonshadow, who's a little bit drunk, back downstairs to her hammock.
Yeah, I think as Volga...
Currently,
walks past,
Galadris is still here. Lireleth has gone to bed as well. So
I
Galadris
think
last one of the crew.
As Volga walks past, he's going to look at Astra and just go, I don't think you want to be up here for what comes next.
But Cyrus needs protecting.
Cyrus can protect.
Well,
He
you
took
know,
us on his own
I'm
trousers.
to
It's
actually
his own
fucking-
goddamn fault if this happens at this point.
Galadris
Our
will tap.
relationship is just a cock tease.
Galadris will
pure-
tap fucking Astra on the shoulder and be like, well, I'm going to go to bed because I don't want to see what happens if this does happen. I advise you do the same. Because
Okay,
I think
you're
it's
on your
gonna,
own, Cyrus.
I think it's gonna
That's
happen
a
anyway. You
second
know,
person to
if you
warn.
want to stay and watch, more power to you. But I'm going to
No,
Yes,
no.
like,
Like,
This is purely for science.
sleep. So right now,
more.
on deck, everyone leaves, and we're left with just Cyrus, who is
I feel like-
trouserless and with a towel wrapped around his waist, and Beros, who is trying to get into Cyrus's trousers.
I feel like as everyone's walking down the stairs, Volga was the first one to leave, and he's still the last one on the stairs, and everyone's past him.
Yeah, you're like,
He's still slowly trying to get down the stairs, like two hands on the
Asher will help
stairs.
him. She's half asleep, but she'll help him.
yeah.
Well, do they
Oh,
fit?
hello. Actually, Bulgier,
He's
I don't know if
never-
I want to go downstairs
He's
either.
never
I
getting
don't
those
know.
pants back.
Ryan,
Ryan, take those off
That's
your
the point I'm
character
going to
sheet.
grab
They're
the
gone.
two people that are in front of us that have gone down as well and go, you sure you want to go down? We've just watched two others go down here.
You go down to the the crew quarters, and you can't see Atlas or Nendir.
Right, that's fine.
Okay.
And then Lirelith says, I'm just going to go check the med room because if they're using the med
No,
bay, that's not
no,
sanitary,
no, no,
and I need to make sure they do not do anything in there. She heads down to the med bay, which is like on the next level.
I'm just going to say, little left, just a fair warning. If you get shot by some bolt of magic that might end your life instantly, no responsibility to be had because
Yeah, I know.
warning has been given.
I'm just going to knock and see. Knock on the med bay, you hear. And then the door. They're not in here. I don't know where they are.
That's fine.
Oh, they're in the engine room, not where I work.
Fucking on the engine.
It's
Well,
better than
sounds
on the
hot.
deck.
Sounds
Do
hot
they-
in a not sexy way, just in a ouch burny way.
yeah.
Just, it's still better than the deck.
We've not started fucking yet.
And meanwhile, on the deck, I mean, like,
Come on, Barrows, hurry it up. It's quite brisk up here.
Not getting them back.
I'll wear the pants. Take a couple of strides.
You gotta do your best human impression as well.
Do you have to kind of shuffle because they're a bit too long? Like,
Barrels,
you're
just
kinda
make
like-
me a general, let's just call it flat charisma roll.
No, Jesus.
Can you seduce him with your
Well, not even that.
pants?
Just like, let's see how well
with
they
his
suit.
pants.
Cyrus, if you were like, you know, a friend at like someone in the change room that's coming wearing these these new jeans, whatever, they're fine. You know, they fit all right. Like they're not doing any favors, but not doing any harm. You know, they're fine.
His butt doesn't look as good in them as they do on you.
Yeah.
You could pass for human, although there's a bit of a weird bulge at the back for your tail.
I mean, I could wear them back to front.
No, because then if another bulge appeared, I would be concerned.
I mean, if there's bulges on both sides, then, you know, everyone's confused.
Alright, you've had your fun. Give me my pants back.
Yeah, by the way, I'm not wearing any pants.
I was gonna say at the end of this, like, I was like, because if Cyrus doesn't go commando, Barros definitely does because he is he precogged. I'm Winnie the Poohing all the time, so that just happened.
Does Cyrus have like goat hairs inside his trousers?
Oh, most definitely.
And if you go commando,
like,
that
get
shit
goat hairs
shakes.
over your bits.
Like, there's
Itchy.
probably... There's a moment where Cyrus is just like turning the jeans inside out and flapping them on the deck
Yeah.
to try and get the goat hair out.
It's like that thing where like
wear
a
them inside
cat
out.
sits on your lap for like one moment and then they get up again. It's like, how did you leave this much hair?
Puts them back on. You walk around with this much hair on you, I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable.
I mean, you know, it's kind of part of me, so it doesn't itch me, but at least now you can say that you've got my DNA inside your pants.
I regret this decision.
Oh, I'm going to tell everyone that I got into your pants now.
With context, right? Barros with context!
And
Barros!
I will go to bed.
That's a meme. With context.
Sounds about right.
With context, right?
Yeah. Everyone gets a nice long rest. Apart from potentially Atlas, who can make me a con save.
For what?
Doesn't there come have a feather stuck in her
A
hair?
save?
Con save, yeah.
8.
Atlas gets a point of exhaustion.
Jesus.
And you break your hip.
I'll break my hip. My birdie hip.
Nendir seems fine the following morning when you all join for breakfast, but Atlas is definitely a bit like, a bit sleepy. It's nothing ill intent. It's just you didn't sleep. That's all
Okay.
it is.
I was
Well,
not.
someone had a good night.
I had a very good
I got into
Cyrus is like itching down his sick trouser leg.
night. What's up, Cyrus? You catch something?
No, there's hair on the inside of my trousers.
I could try.
From you or
From Barros. Because he tried on my
Alice?
trousers.
High fives, Barros.
I will reciprocate a high five.
And then Nendir nudges Barros and goes like, Cloaca, and nods.
Cloaca.
What happened to not kiss?
I didn't say anything.
I don't know what
I
you
read a
mean.
book about owls last night. Back to front and front to back.
Back to front again.
Yeah, I bet it was a real page turner.
You're welcome
was
to
reading
read
a
the
book
sequel
about,
if you'd like.
Cyrus Anatomy.
Are you offering me or Cyrus the sequel? I'm confused. You're looking at
Yeah.
him when you're saying it openly to the table.
I'll offer the sequel to anyone at this table.
Yeah,
You're all
okay.
pretty.
Fair enough.
But specifically, you know, the sex god that is Cyrus, I would be glad to give
I mean, he was in the army. He's probably used to sloppy seconds.
I think I'm gonna go see Laraleth for some ointment or something. My legs are killing me.
You probably should as well, Atlas, to be fair. Front to back and back to front and back to front again was not probably a wise move.
Astra will offer to cast Gust of Wind for Cyrus to like gust off remaining hair.
Standing T-pose and the hair coming off the trousers.
I mean, I think for that to work, wouldn't you have to be naked?
It's probably
It's now on your
you'd have to like
legs.
take the
pants
trousers
off
off
again.
and have her like blow them out. Well, you probably turn them inside out. She blows up like from the
I
inside.
feel like
Take
Astra
your
would have like
pants
the
off and let
bed
Astra
clothes.
blow
It's
you.
If I go to the medical bay and give you the trousers, could you do that on the top deck and just like push the wind through the seat, like through the trouser legs, and just clear them out?
Sure. Astra goes off and does it.
It's like a fucking wind sock.
Whoop. Straight off the side of the ship.
Oh, yeah, that is the risk, actually, Astra.
I feel like
Just
Let's
for comedy,
roll that.
just for comedy, let's just roll a, let's just call it like a general athletics check. The DC is very low. As long as you do not roll a natural one, Cyrus does not lose his trousers. But if you roll a nat one, you gust too hard and they come off the edge.
I feel like she asked Shadow to like to hold him while
No,
she
no,
gusts.
you gotta roll.
No, you gotta roll it. Come on.
No. Okay. Was it athletic?
You said you were there holding them and gusting into them. Just athletic. As long as you do not roll a natural one, it's fine. Ryan looks so fucking worried. It's fine.
You're fine.
The trousers are not lost to the winds of time. Oh, fucking hell.
Some poor elf has just been covered in.
Another
trousers
proposal is like, will you marry trousers?
I knew you were cheating on me. Who is this? Who is this from?
A much less hairy pair of trousers is given to Cyrus.
Tyre
yeah.
or Asher probably just knock him and then just like they're
Cyrus
outside
is,
and leave.
Cyrus is just like sitting on the bed with the quilt over, just patiently waiting.
And then Lireleth is like, do you want a physical or something? Why are you here in your trousers?
My trousers got hairy. I needed them cleaned.
Okay.
Atlas waiting outside the door. He fucked Barros.
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, we need to test you. We need to test you.
there
No,
was
there's
none
nothing.
of that.
No judgment here. Look, we just need to be sure.
It's not like that. It's not like that. Am I getting confined to the medical bay?
You may have to be. Barros is notorious for the way he gets on. He definitely has something wrong with him. He once, like, I heard him go to the bathroom, and he definitely muttered to himself, "Ow, that burns," which is not something most people do.
I also like goes to Yal, like just walks into the med bay and closes the doors. Like, I also may need testing.
Fair enough.
Just-
Not
just
for whatever
the- what's-
Barros has.
I'll just do a general.
see.
I'll just do a general screening.
I was about to
This
say,
was
what's
my
the
trousers
chances?
outside. Astra hasn't come back with them yet, or my trousers outside.
I feel like Asher like walks in.
Barros grabs his trousers.
What's the chances of
Sheds into
contact
trousers.
contamination at that point? It's like, you know, when you say you sit on a toilet seat kind of thing, but you wear someone else's trousers.
I mean, like,
Walk a mile in another man's trousers.
fucking hell.
Let's throw some stupidly odd possibilities into this shit.
Can I see if I can find Astra?
Steal the trousers first. Throw
Steal
them
the trousers
overboard.
just to fuck with him a little, Cyrus a little longer.
Do you steal the trousers?
I will attempt.
Astra just
to.
left them outside the door.
Yeah, she
They're
did
on
say that they were
guard.
out there, but that you were in the middle of coming
Yeah.
to Lyreleth. Barros, make a perception check.
$90.
Oh.
Cyrus,
Oh, no.
let's say you roll me a dexterity check. This will kind of run as your initiative, because Barros is definitely aware.
Hands-based initiative.
And Barros, I need you to roll me an initiative check as well, please.
So we're
Just
rolling
straight
initiatives?
dexterity. Yeah, initiative or straight dexterity. I think it'll be the same for you too. 'Cause you're
Yeah.
bonuses.
Oh, but Jesus.
26.
Oh no!
Cyrus, you hear Atlas. No, Atlas, you hear Astra at the door. Your trousers are outside, Cyrus.
Rapid hoofbeats.
And then you open the door, and there's no trousers. And they go.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can spot Barros?
Sure, make a perception check.
Run, Barros, run!
9. Barros, I mean, does he spot you? I mean, with 9, probably
You want me
not.
to stealth?
Yeah, roll a
Stealth
stealth
and
check.
see if Asher spots you, because she'll see the trousers not at the door.
Oh, that is a net one.
Oh, so
Oh.
you do see Barros running up the stairs, and as
Scurrying away with the
he's going up the stairs, he's like trying to like put his hoof through the trousers as he's going up, and he's like, he's definitely gonna fall. Like,
Or
At
put
this
his
point,
hoof through the trousers.
Cyrus is just going to forget about the bedsheet and just leg it after Barros.
Okay, but now here's the
you run
important
past
question.
Astra, who's like,
Important question. Does Cyrus go commando?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Ah!
Just Barros turns around and all you
Bare
hear is the like the Wilhelm scream. It's just like he's spayed on the floor.
the Wilhelm scream, but like just like while that's happening, you just hear like slapping around,
It's like something out of Bronson.
just like slapping around. And as it happens, you just hear Nenda be like, "This is better than in my books." As Cyrus fucking tackles Barros, who's like one leg in, one leg out on the stairs.
Come on, Barros. Don't let us down on the
Just
comeback.
a
Come on.
goat scream just bellows out.
It's like those fucking YouTube compilations of goats screaming like humans.
I imagine he's like halfway up the stairs and Cyrus is just dragging him down the stairs by the trousers.
Oh, I was about to say, come on, Barros. You can turn this into a running situation.
No, I think that's a good place to end it. I think the jokes,
Yeah.
the humor's cut there.
God damn
Humor
it.
has reached its
I've
peak.
got the wrong trousers, girl.
Cyrus takes the trousers and just walks back to the med bay.
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
I
Jesus.
like very quickly slap Cyrus on the bare ass as he's turning away?
Let's just make it an unarmed strike attack and just see if you can make contact.
Nat 20 fucking through. It's
It's a 14.
What's your AC, Cyrus?
I don't have my shield on at the minute, so it's 14.
Bam!
Is that? Yeah,
That's a
say,
+2, so that I think that's it's just 1 damage, right? Because you have no
Just
strength.
1 damage.
So it's 1 red hand of Ulster on the right cheek. How apt for the 11th night.
So
That's the smell, by the way. I can fucking smell the. We can smell the bonfire from here. By the way, I was like, "Fuck, something's on fire." It's like, "Oh, the
Oh,
bonfire
God.
by 3 streets up."
I think
Cyrus will return to the med bay and just be like, I think I might get checked after all, just in case.
Volga is just
Who
gonna
knows what was on that hand?
roll over at some point while he's in his bunk.
You yeah,
Oh, I'm
Volgir's
back to sleep.
suffering. Volgir's suffering. Pretty hungover. You
feel
both
like-
get
He's
checked.
just looked up to see this red hand and gone, nope, don't want anything to do with that. I'm gonna roll back this way.
Yeah, you both get
Vulcan
checked
rolls
and you're
over
both
and
fine.
sees a bare ass coming past him.
Yeah. With a red
Bare
hand
ass
print.
marked by Barros.
Yeah. Just like, nope. Rolls back over.
But
Too
you didn't
early to
get
deal with
you
that
didn't
shit.
get crabs from your hairy trousers, so
Yeah.
you know, happy days.
Luckily, Barros doesn't have crabs. He just
Or
has
fleas.
he just has genital warts, but they're not flaring up at the minute.
And rampant syphilis.
Yeah, horrible, uncontrollable syphilis.
Lands the trouser leg of hair, just picking the hair out.
In other news, it's a new day. Can I get a navigator's roll?
You may.
Oh,
Very good.
you're very good at these
Navigator.
navigators.
The navigators are going really fucking well. You've been traveling for 13 days. You've had 1 setback day, and you've had 12 like advancements. If you had planned your route with the assumption you'd be traveling this fast, you would have reached Tilm by now.
We're going to get to a point of just having to sit there, aren't we, effectively?
You will, unless something goes drastically wrong, reach Tilm in 3 days. You are very close. Can I get some checks for hazards, please? Onboard and offboard.
Yeah, I've done my fair share today.
Can I do one? I never do.
You can do one.
Yeah, go.
Just a
Just D100, please. You want to get anything lower than a 10 or lower is a problem.
Onboard or offboard? What am I rolling?
You just say it and roll it.
Offboard.
No offboard hazards. Any onboard hazards? Can someone check, please?
We can roll.
Go for it. Close,
Oh.
but nothing bad. Another
Close,
day
but
will
no
go
scope.
off without a hitch. A lot of the crew are a bit hungover, but fragile today. We still make good time. Unfortunately, repairs do not really happen. Mainly because of the trouser chaos and other offsets.
Let's get moving into the next couple of days.
Yeah, if you want, we can probably just push through. If you guys want to quickly rush through to get the Tilm before the end of the session, that would be a nice place to finish up as you come towards the city.
Yeah.
Let's just do it quickly now. Navigator tools check, please. Can I get one, and then can I get onboard off for the next day?
I'll do offboard.
Oh no.
I'll do on board.
My
Oh,
first
there's
fail. No, my second fail.
Yes, second field. That loses you half a day's travel, but no hazards at least.
and there you go.
DC was 15 to succeed on the carpenters.
15 to succeed, yep.
Astra's
so
still helping.
Yep, so you get your D6 and D8 then. Oh my god, +5, +6 from the crew score, because the crew score will have gone up from your successful shindig. I'm also going to say, because I think it's funny, Atlas, you get a 1 point of lucky to use because you got lucky.
Yes. Just for this session or forever?
It's
Just
one
a
time
fake
use,
lucky
so
one.
just once it's used, it's gone.
Okay.
Okay, the
The
ship
fake
is looking a lot
lucky point
fucking better.
for Veros.
Gotta sleep with more people to get those buffs.
It's not a continued thing.
Gotta
It just
sleep with more
Gotta
people
catch
for the
them all.
buffs.
it was the first
Gotta
first
catch 'em
instance.
all.
So that was why.
It's like the romantic trophy you get for the first time in a game.
Alrighty, and then let's do the next day. Can I get some onboard offboards, please?
When I played the first Witcher game, you get like a little sexy card every time you sleep with someone, and I was immediately like, gotta catch them all. And then when I reached the like final city, I could get a rumor about everyone, including myself, and I got my rumor, and it was like, Geralt's a massive slut, and I was like, how dare you, with my like sexy lady cards spilling out my pockets.
Navigator check as well, please. Can I
Mary,
get
do you
some
want to
hazard?
do one
Yeah,
of them?
well. Down under.
There you go. Ryan, do you want to do the other one?
Sure.
It's like,
What am I doing? On board, off board?
whatever one's left. Well, they're fine either way.
Nothing happens.
We'll just alter. Right. What's left? One more day?
Yeah, because you had a setback and then a set forward for a half day each. So yes, one more day and you're potentially bumping into Tilm.
Alright. And up we go. I'll do on board.
No, a setback will delay you, unfortunately.
On board is fine. Someone want to do off board?
Yeah,
I'll do
no,
offboard.
you're all good.
Oh,
Carpenter Stills, yep, another success. If you're being helped, you can roll it.
Still helping.
7 plus 5 is 13. Can any of you access the Starwind? Can you just put 13 on the hit points, please, to see if we can have them back and forth? So I'm in a different screen.
sure.
Yeah.
I've got it here.
Oh, no worries.
Another
13.
navigator?
Yep, Navigator
Yeah,
Tools check
all
for the final
sorted.
day, please. This should hopefully bring you home. And I need another final check. No more threats.
And then Carpenter.
And roll your hit points, please. Plus 5. For number 14.
14, 7. Cool, there you go. I've updated the thing and I've closed it again. There you go. Cool.
It's actually more than that because I was using the token on the screen. That's plus 14 and plus. You got a 3 and a 4 is a 7 plus 5 is 12. So the ship's actually in 1, 8, and 9 at the minute.
Alright, so let me update the character sheet then, because it was on 1.
Yeah, no, I'm just using the physical token because it's just faster and going in and out and then out the fucking character sheet.
Yeah, no worries. I've updated the sheet anyway.
Yep, perfect. That's also sorted on that one. So that's all good. They're both balanced. And yeah, as you all continue forward, you see kind of like rising up before you this beautiful floating city. Compared to Ulelanareth, it's much smaller. It's probably only really about the size of one of the islands, probably the like Sun Isle, so not overly big. You see, however, where Ulelanareth has a central engine for each island that then kind of all support each other. Tilm has dozens of little small engines all over it, and not just on the bottom. It has engines on the sides. It has like a downward engine as well. It like sits on the top. It spews like heat into the air above it. It appears to be very, very softly burning, but not enough to give thrust to give it descent. It's long, snaking undercity where it's been ripped out, and it has a few overhangs as well either side to it. As you kind of flying down towards the Grand Airship docks, you see in the middle of the city itself, you see this big run. It looks like almost like a big racing circuit. You see a huge market. You see a great cathedral of vines wrapped around it on the highest hill. A large amphitheater. Jutting off from the side, you see this big, almost like military outpost, it looks like. And you see this like much smaller airship dock as well for smaller vessels of a smaller size. But your airship is quite big, so it's heading towards the Grand Airship dock, which is like the big vessels go to. You see there's this huge, towering series of like tall towers that rise up, all connected by big bridges that kind of span the northern side of the city. And yeah, you see Tilm before you. It's a lot of red brick roofs, white marble buildings. It looks very almost like a fusion of Greek and Roman kind of in design. You see lots of columns, big ornate designs, lots of sculpture. But yeah, a lot of that red tile, that nice red brick tile with white marble and like kind of walls and things like that. And yeah, as you kind of fly in and this Starwind Serenade comes to a halt, that is where we're going to stop for today.
Just gonna do something I forgot to say when we were doing those 3 days of backs and forwards. I'm gonna resummon my Drake.
Perfect.
So it resets all his things.
Not aware. Make sure you've all had your long rest topped up. Apart from Atlas, who's still actually you no longer be exhausted because it's been several days travel.
Yeah.
So it's all been
I was
recovered.
about to say, like, Jesus Christ, how long?
She did a number on you. No,
I get my 1 HP of slap damage back.
you do get 1 PS slap damage back, but the shame is still there.
It's
And
still a bit
weirdly, the
bruising.
handprint just perseveres.
The handprint's gone from red to purple.
I've put the map to the World Anvil link in the Discord, so you can have a little browse through it, have a look at all. It's that you feel garner information. It's your first time back in a town for a good while, so you know, think about where you may want to go or what you may want to do, and think about the Dryad's tears and the threat that they hold. And
Oh yeah, we were fighting terrorists.
you were fighting
I forgot
terrorists.
about that.
Yeah, just a reminder.
This just became elf dating sim for a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I did.
Which
Maybe
all
still
of you
pirates.
failed, to be honest.
I was not getting involved. I was the back character that was enjoying watching what was going on.
-1 to charisma. I'm not batting 9s
Cyrus,
here.
but everyone was fucking bigging you up. Everyone was wingmanning
Also, I've
Cyrus.
only got 1 to charisma. I didn't even have to make a charisma roll.
You just spent time.
Yeah.
You know? You just got you just leveled it up, I guess.
Much like how I ended up in a relationship with you.
Hell yeah.
Charisma poor, but if you spend enough time with someone, they'll give up.
Alrighty. And that's your stuff for today. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.